Giveaway, you say? Oh, yeah. Figure Fight Club is the official giveaway channel of Action Figure YouTube.
Thank you, members, for the love you bring, for every shared story and the joy you sing. To our sponsors, your support's the key. Together we build this legacy. Collectors unite in this fight we thrive. Figure Fight Club, our passions alive. Yeah. Unboxings and battles, the thrill of every find. Trading tales and treasures. Welcome to Figure Fight Club, where collectors come to play. Discussions from relevance to hot toys shaped by collecting weight. Pour a drink for yourself, collect your thoughts. Join us on this journey in action-packed talks. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any trick will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you. Welcome with the flop, with the flop, oh, oh, oh. Welcome with the flop, with the flop, oh, oh, oh. Raise your drinks up high and let's cheers. You're among collectors and like-minded peers. From stores to conventions, we take you backstage, exploring figures from modern day to the Stone Age. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any drink will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you. Welcome with the flop, with the flop, oh, oh, oh.
Welcome to Figure Fight Club, folks. It's Friday night, and for you guys in the mid-states and the East Coast, be careful with the snow this weekend. It's going to be crazy from what I've heard. I'm your host, Abi. Let me introduce you to my co-host. Let me find a song for him to play. Apparently I'm not ready for it. I'm like not ready at all. There you go. Welcome, Lou.
That took a minute, but I'm okay.
I was completely in the wrong place. I wasn't ready for the show tonight, man. Too busy opening up cards, apparently.
I feel you. Yep. I feel you. But
I think Talib's working late tonight, so he won't be able to join.
Yeah, Talib jumped on our group chat and said he's having an issue with his PC. He'll be here. He should be here soon.
Okay.
At least that's the last I heard from him. Or was that you that said you were having an issue?
It wasn't me. I was ripping cards. Fig fan, welcome.
Yeah.
Goose, welcome.
Welcome, Goose.
Welcome, Winford, what's going on?
Winford.
Manjoza, what's going on, dude? B-Dog.
B-Dog. B-Dog's first time watching. Hey, Sneaky. Did you see B-Dog there?
I did. Well, welcome. Yeah. Hopefully you like the show and you hit that subscribe button. And Absolutely. Even think about being a member, because we are the king of giveaways, but we mostly like to give away to our members. But let's not hold up our VIP too long, because he's here and we're excited he's here. So let's bring him out. Everyone, welcome Articulated Times. What's up, man?
What's happening? How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
What's going on? How you doing?
Good. Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on for sure.
Looking forward to this. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we have been.
So, normally I would ask how long you've been collecting, but I want to ask about your display behind you. Now, is this your like cave, so to speak?
Yeah. So this was essentially office/cave now. Like my wife during COVID and everything, she's like, "Hey, I want you to build me like a little desk and everything," and that's like way over there, right? And she had all her like craft stuff back over here. And slowly but surely, it's like it spread. I don't know, like more stuff just got bought and just got put in weird places, but it kind of overtook a lot of this. Initially, I was upstairs with everything before we had our second kid. Obviously, they needed a bedroom, so we kind of crunched everything down into here, and it's kind of where I lay, So.
Hey, it's a nice office area. It looks good. Nice displays. Big. Are those Batman statues behind you?
Those are Those are Prime One Studios.
Prime One Studios. They look great.
Yeah,
very cool.
Long time ago when I had statue money. It's not anymore.
Statues is a wild game now, man. Like I was looking at some of the prices. I was like, holy hell, who can afford this?
So like Prime One, like this Dark Knight Returns one right here. Back when I first got into statues, that was like maybe like $600, $700, right? And it was still a small company. Now
Mhm.
their statues are freaking gigantic, and those are going for like $3,000, $4,000 and everything like that. I'm like, no, no,
Exactly.
no
Yeah.
room, and then it priced me out. But I mean, again,
Yeah.
it's really cool. I mean, again, if you are a diehard Batman or whatever fan you are, again, they have tons and tons of stuff. What up, Charles? How are you, V Dog? Thanks for watching, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I was at STCC and New York Comic Con. That's the giant statues we were talking about, with like they're like
Yeah.
$3,000 to $5,000, and I was like, who buys this stuff? Like,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
like,
There was one like just before COVID. I think it was actually I had one on a payment plan through Prime One, and I think at one point it was upwards of like $3,000, and that was just for the statue, not including like shipping or anything like that. And at the very end, it's like, with all the uncertainty during COVID and my job, I'm like, I just need to cancel this, and they refunded it thankfully, but
Yeah.
minus the deposit and everything. But it was just like, man, it's getting a little too deep for me. I focused more on just like certain independent toy companies and stuff like that afterwards. It just got to be the point I was collecting too much stuff, and I'm like, I had to kind of thin the herd, so to speak.
you know, I'm actually kind of going
Yeah.
through that right now, myself.
Yeah.
Where I'm thinning the herd. Like I've kind of realized I've kind of gone way overboard.
Mhm.
Like dropping $4,000 or $5,000 at shows sometimes is not a good idea, and just be like, hey, just chill the fuck out a little bit.
It feels good at first, right? But then it's like, man, I probably shouldn't have done. Yeah, I have
Well,
buyer's
the-
remorse all the time, man. Where it's like, man, I really could have
Space.
bought something else,
I mean, so like I've added on so much space in my house somewhere, like just to take on these toys that I've been purchasing. But
Yeah.
it's I'm filling it up way faster than I expected.
Yeah.
And it's just like, now I have boxes. I feel like a hoarder right now, and
Right.
not even a collector. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm just like, I'm getting that itch. Like 2025, I wanted to do all this stuff. I didn't do anything. I just kept collecting. So now it's like 2026 hit. I am done buying so much crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll buy stuff here and there, but I can't
Well, yeah.
buy the way I was buying, and I'm gonna start selling stuff. So I actually did start selling this past week, or this week. I actually started posting stuff to sell, just to
Very
get
cool.
rid of. Like, I need it out. Like, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
doing me any justice. I still have 5 Vanguards at home. I don't know why I have 5 Vanguards.
Oh, which one, the tan or the gray?
I have all gray Vanguards, and then I have one pink still. And I have my personal pink is in my display up here. You just can't see it on camera, but it's up there right now. But I have a brand new one in box still.
Yeah.
I had a third one at one point, and I gave that away. So
Well, that same closet I was telling you guys about, that
Yeah.
at one point before that was a desk in an office. That was where I stored everything. And my wife kind of realized I had somewhat of a problem as I'm cleaning it out. And she's like, you've been emptying this out for a while and you're still pulling out more and more shit. Like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm really good at stacking things in there. So it's like, it went from like, oh, it's just a small area to there was just tons of stuff. And again,
Yeah.
very much like you, it's like, I had to really, like, what do I really want to focus on the most? I was
Exactly.
doing Marvel Legends, Mezco. I was doing like pretty much anything that came to mind. And I'm like, I really got to kind of centralize this to what my why is. Why am I collecting, or what am I collecting? Is it a certain character? Is it a certain company? And kind of and dial it in that way. Because for a while it was very much, I'd go to New York Comic Con or C2E2 up in Chicago, and I would just buy like massive amount of stuff, and it would be at the point where it's like, man, did I make the right choice on this? Should I have maybe conserve this and maybe put it towards something I really wanted to get, instead of like an impulse buy? Because I mean, again, for a while that used to be my thing. For a while, I'm like, oh yeah, this looks cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up, or 2 or 3 of them. So.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I get that completely. Like that's been my issue. Like when I buy stuff, like I'm buying 2, 3 at a time. Everything I'm buying, so I'm starting to learn to chill out.
Yeah.
2026 is bright. I mean, I did buy today. I Savage Crucible had that drop, so I was like,
yeah,
I kind of want some of this stuff. So I
get some more Barnocks.
I did get it. I mean, I had 4.
You got another one?
Huh? Did you?
You,
not
you
get
got another one? Oh yeah, no, I got one. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
I got.
I would not have 4.
Yeah.
No, I had bought 4 already, but
Yeah.
I broke one. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
but
Yep.
I did break one. But I'm getting. I actually got 2 more. Then I got a bunch of the. I love the humans that they're doing. So it's just like that's kind of up my alley with the barbarians right now. So
For sure. Like,
yeah.
Savage Crucible is one of those toy lines that's an absolute must get. I feel like if you miss out on the drop, again, you're going to be paying out the nose. And very much the same way. Look at how much like Wave 2 spiked up. You know, that came out back in July. And I think at one point I was seeing like Krieger and Human and everything, or even Ball and Chain going upwards for $100 or more.
Right. Warrior Ball and Chain is so good, man. That's such a good figure.
Yeah,
I love that figure.
That's great.
I picked up another. I picked up 2 Varnox because I got the one I got from Ish at Legion's Con, and I got 2 more. And then I ended up picking up another Ball and Chain just because, again, that's a great. Frazetta figures are just amazing, you know. And again, they throw a lot of love into them. So, you know, I definitely see. I mean, when they have Elric come out, when they have Death Dealer coming out, hopefully here in the next quarter or two, like those are going to be some really awesome ones to have too.
See, I missed out on Death Dealer, so I'll find one though. I already know I'll be able to find one.
I know somebody that's got one for pre-order
that has them on, and you could do partial payment or pay in full options. So you got options, you know.
No, I'll definitely. I'm not worried about finding one because I know I could find one for sure. But I mean, Elric, I definitely pre-ordered that one.
See, Elric's the one I did not pre-order, and now I'm starting to regret it. So I'm going to have to do some digging to get him when he comes out.
Well, lucky for you, Lou, I ordered 2. We'll talk.
And we'll talk. Christmas came early, or maybe birthday. I don't know.
Exactly, one of them.
Well, my birthday's a week away. So
that is very true. It is February 3rd. It's on Tuesday night. We're gonna have a celebration open mic night.
Oh, right, very fun. Very fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good party.
It'll be fun.
Some giveaways.
Yeah, we'll drop that later. We have to tell them now.
Yeah. Sorry,
we're not making about Lou right now. I get it. All
right, Lou, you'll have your night. I promise you. You will.
Yeah, I know I will. Damn it!
But just don't wear that Patriots. Don't wear that Patriots hoodie. That's all.
Well, it depends. If we're going to the Super Bowl, I'm wearing the Patriots hoodie.
I know.
I mean, I'm really thinking it's probably going to be Patriots and Rams. That's what I'm thinking. But
I think so. It'll be a rematch of 2002.
Oh, yeah,
here's the crazy thing. I love this, and we'll get back to that. Don't worry. We'll get off the football, I swear. But listen, 2002 was the first time the Patriots won the Super Bowl against the Rams. It was a veteran quarterback. What's his name? Kurt
Warner.
Warner. Thank you. Yeah. Against a rookie, Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady, and then it set the precedent for the legacy that followed. Right, 2002. Mm-hmm. First time the Super Bowl ever landed on my birthday.
Yeah. It was meant to be.
Right? So here we are again, quite possibly a rematch of that rookie quarterback versus veteran Matt Ryan.
Yeah. Matt Stafford or
Matt Stafford, my bad. Yeah, Matt Stafford. I'm sorry. Not Matt Ryan.
Yeah. I remember that Super Bowl in particular for a very different reason. I had a Super Bowl party at my house. And my one buddy, he was drinking and smoking and everything like that. I'm like, where's Jared at? I haven't seen him in a while. I think he's in the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. He tried to make it to the toilet, but he like threw up all in the sink, all over the shower curtain, to the toilet, and then made it back to the sink. I'm like, why did you come back? You should have stayed at the toilet. And it's like, oh man, this is like, I was still living at home and everything. I'm like, Mom, I don't know what he was on. I don't know. And she's like, it's cool. We'll just clean it up. I'm like, oh wow. I don't know what on that one. But yeah, so that's how I remember that one.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's good.
And to the chat, I apologize about 2 things. The first thing, talking about football. And the second thing, YouTube and StreamYard are messing up again with each other, so the chat and StreamYard is not updating again. But I see your comments on the live. We just can't pull it up right now just because it's not updated. I don't know. I got to complain to StreamYard about this because this is getting ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah. It happened last week too, right?
It happened 3 weeks in a row, I think. At this point.
Geez.
It's been happening across the board. I've seen it other.
Okay.
We're not the only ones going through it. Let's put it that way. But yeah.
Yeah, and you would think because you're paying for a service that should be working efficiently, and
exactly. It just updated too. So George, welcome.
George, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Sneaky was saying bang bang Niner gang. Oh wait, we're out.
Yeah, not this year.
Yeah. All right. So back to toys.
Blocked it.
And back to the hoarding of action figures, right? So going back to my point now is like I've been very careful on what I've been buying in 2026.
Is there a
Making
certain
sure.
company or line that you're really like, I'm going to focus on this line in particular, or is it still kind of a variety?
It's still a variety. I mean, I like too much. A lot of this stuff I like a lot because I still like some of my wrestling figures, but I don't need like 12 to 15 figures of the same person. I could
Right.
just stick with one. Like I still love Valaverse. I have my giant swarm display, and I'm keeping that. But I have like Pandora's, Eclipses, and all these other characters brand new in box, and I already have them loose, like in my collection.
Yeah, I think I still have some that I mean, it's like I've bought stuff and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it, and I never do.
Yeah,
Like the crazy thing, I think what makes it harder now with having the toy store, it's like, all right, cool, a wave is getting ready to drop. I'm gonna, get all these orders out, and then I'm gonna enjoy the figure, or something like that. And it just gets to the point where like it just goes through fast, and I'm like, I never get back to sitting down and like really opening it up and enjoying like I used to. So it's definitely kind of a different animal with that. I still appreciate the figures, but getting to sit down and just really kind of futz with each one, it is a little more limited lately, which is crazy. So
well, the thing is, if you're collecting different lines, right? They're all dropping around the same time. So it's like you got one drop, and then a week later you got another drop, and you're just picking up all the drops. And when do you get time to play with them? Like that's what I've started realizing. I kind of fell into that trap, and now I'm just like, all right, sit back, like just chill out, stop buying all this stuff, and just relax a little bit. And it's that concept of buying that's in my head that's I've kind of slowed down a lot now. And like I want to get rid of boxes. I don't want to see one box in my man cave.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah, that's actually, I've been like this probably the past week or so. I've been really gutting this room because I ended up getting some new display cases that are over here. That are, since they don't make detolfs anymore, I actually found it on TikTok, and it's pretty good size width and everything like that, and it has all the LEDs already built into it, and you get all the different settings, and it's really nice. But trying to condense things down to make sure it all kind of fits and has a good feng shui, I guess, make sure it kind of has a theme to it, not just piled in there. Because for a while it was getting to the point where, all right, I'm gonna get to this figure, and just piled and piled and piled. So not really getting that chance to appreciate it.
Right, and I agree with that. I mean, it's the modern day collectors, right? I mean, if I was collecting one line, I'm sure this would not be a problem.
Right, it wouldn't be, because that's what it used to be, one line strictly.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a problem. Like I wouldn't be buying actually like masses of things. When I was wrestling only, like this wasn't a problem because it was just like I would buy one. I don't need 12.
And that's the thing, that's just the kind of the testament to the toy industry right now. There's so much cool stuff out there. Like, I mean, and even if you find like multiple different companies, then now you got the customizers out there. Anything you could think of that they can make with a 3D printer, So now you're having a figure that, all right, cool, I already like this as is, but now I need another one because I got a custom head for it, or I got custom parts for it. So it's like then you find yourself buying those multiples. So then it gets to the point where like, okay, I went from like one to now I've got like 5, so
I mean, but like if you have like a figure like Varnox, right? I'm going to use that as an example because I did buy multiple Varnox. Even the new Cesare Gladiator that just came out, I bought 2 originally, then I played with it when I got it and I loved it. Such a good figure where it made me want to go buy more, and that I'm going to swap heads. I'm going to make custom that one right there. I put a Roman Reigns head on it, and it snapped right on. Yep, exactly. It snapped right on, and the skin tone matches. So I was like, great. Now I have a whole new character. And then I just changed out his armor set a little bit so he looks a little different. Boom. I'm okay with that, right? That works for me because that's a different character. But having like figures sitting in Jimmy, what's up, man? Having figures to just sit in boxes for like a year, 2 years.
Well, and that's very much the thing now. It's like I'm getting to the point where if it's something that I haven't taken a photo of, I haven't opened up and played with in like 8 months, it goes. Like I'll bring it to a toy show and I'll sell it off. I'm like, I don't have enough room to house all of that, and then also a toy store on top of that. So
exactly. See, I'm also like, I refuse to get a storage unit. I just absolutely refuse.
Well, I mean, how many horror stories do you hear about like the collector that has a storage unit, and then for whatever reason they were sick or in the hospital and they miss a payment, and then they lose the storage locker, and then all their collectibles in there. I've heard that story so many times. It's like,
Really?
yeah, that's the fear. I'm like, I'm not even messing with that. Yeah.
No. See, I just refuse because I feel like I don't need to. Like, I have a house.
Yeah.
Right, and all my toys can be in my house. They don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, and you kind of miss the point if you're getting a storage locker for it, because I mean, shoving it into storage, why do you have it then? That's when it's hoarding.
Like,
bottom line.
That's like I don't have a store, right?
Right.
So, well, I used to. I guess I did.
Well, if you're selling things, totally different situation.
Yeah.
But if you're collecting it and putting it in storage,
it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
No.
Right. Exactly.
I agree. Completely agree.
That's insane.
So, Steve, let's we went off a little rant and tangent there for a little bit, but let's talk about you and your collecting habits. How long have you been collecting for?
Oh man, I got back into collecting probably 2010.
As a serious collector.
Yeah, like I mean, really just kind of getting more in my adulthood, getting into it. Like I had just bought my house. My mom brought over totes and totes and totes of all my 80s stuff that were stored in the crawl space in my grandma's house. And she's like, you have a house now, these are yours. And I'm like, what is all in here? I don't even remember. I opened these things up and you would have thought it was Christmas Day all over again. Like I remember it was all my Masters Universe, all my G.I. Joe, like all the little parts. I'm like, holy hell, like most people lose all of this stuff. And I had it all in bags, divided up, ready to go. I'm like, this is insane.
So you're already a smart collector when you were young.
Yeah. And it got to the point where it's like, sadly at the time where it's like, okay, I was dabbling. I'm like, this is really cool. I really enjoyed this stuff when I was a kid, but you know what? We're saving up for a wedding and we wanted to pay for the wedding ourselves, as much as we could. And, I ended up going to like a local toy show. And again, mind you, I haven't been to a toy show in probably 20, 30 years by that point. And, I'm in there, I'm seeing all this stuff that I saw when I was a kid, like the Rambos, the Voltrons, the Transformers, the Master Universe, all this stuff I haven't seen in decades. And I'm like, this stuff is really cool. This is really, really cool. It's like, and again, it's like, for me as an adult, I was always told, like, no, you can't really like this stuff. You grow up, put that stuff away and everything. And I'm like, these are all adults here enjoying everything that I'm liking as well, too. I'm like, why can't I do this, So I really kind of started leaning into that. And with that, it was kind of a learning curve because I was so used to, like, in the 90s collecting Toy Biz. And if you can remember back then, like, they were maybe $4 or $5, something like ridiculously cheap, right? So me, not even thinking, I'm on eBay offering a guy $5, maybe $6. Hey, for like a DC Universe. He's like, you know how much it costs, right? I'm like, what, like $4 or $5, right? He's like, no, this is like $20. I'm like, I feel so stupid right now. But again, that's how I kind of learned, like, again, how much things have changed pricing wise with everything, but also the improvements that were made in that price point as well, too, So getting into like the characters that I really enjoyed as a kid, Marvel and DC, I used to read comics, for the majority of my life with everything up until probably about 7-8 years ago. And, so again, I kind of started leaning into that. I leaned into Master Universe Classics, trying to catch up with those as best I could. And again, really kind of seeing like how much of the collector fan base has really just kind of expanded with that. And, and then it's like at that point, I was like, all right, maybe $20-$30 for a figure. Anything more than that's kind of steep. And like, so back then, like Mezco, when it first came out, was like $65. I'm like, you know what? This is going to be a treat, $65 figure. This is pretty steep, but I'm going to go ahead and go all in on it. Now think about what it's going for. And
it's a like, minimum 120, right?
Yeah. It's like, and I've already talked myself into it. I'm like, oh, that's an instant buy, So it's crazy on how we kind of, as we collect and as we get to a certain point, we're like, oh, okay, you kind of make concessions with what you want or what you're willing to spend. I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. Okay, I'm going to spend this much, and that's it,
But I also think though, like what you're saying, it's a really good point because like when I first started collecting, it was like $10-$20 at most. Yeah. That was it.
Right.
I wasn't going near like if a figure was $50-$60 and I actually bought it. Like, I'm not opening it. That's staying in packaging. Like, it's going to be, like, protected. It'll be, like, housed in a very protected area. And I'll be like, this is a $60 figure. Now it's like, oh, a $60 figure, great. And I'll toss it across the room. Like, I don't care.
But that's the thing also. Like, when I first got back into collecting, it wasn't so much opening at the time. I was very much a mint on card guy. Very much like how you were saying. Like, all right, I like the packaging, I like the design and everything. I'm gonna keep this here.
Uh-huh.
A lot of it, what really flipped the switch for me is I'd kind of seen like stuff like ACBA, the articulated comic book art on like Facebook. And I was seeing like videos of people making dioramas to do for some of their background shots. I'm like, this is really cool. I ended up stumbling across Darius's page, D Amazing. And at the end, like of every review, he'll do like all these poses and all these action shots. And I'm like, dude, like this is really cool. This is what really kind of opened me up to like, all right, I'm gonna start opening these up a little bit. And I'm gonna start, kind of posing things around with everything. It still, oh God, so that was probably 2011, 2012.
Okay.
I didn't really get into the photography aspect till a few years later, but I mean, maybe kind of dabbled a little bit on, at home, which is on my phone or something like that. But, again, a big portion of that, which really kind of got me more into being a serious collector, I would see just the stuff that, D Amazing was doing with his reviews. And again, the power of toys, man, like there was tons of characters, tons of toy lines I had no idea about, and again, you see them in toy form, I'm like, man, that looks pretty cool. Like My Hero Academia, the Deku, right? So
I'm not familiar with My Hero. I know what it is, but I don't know like the details.
Well, anyway,
my son's a huge fan.
Yeah. And it was one of those things where it's like I knew nothing about it, and I always kind of like, I'm going to stay away from manga or anime or anything like that. And I'm seeing this, and I kind of hear like the premise of the story. I'm like, that sounds pretty cool, So again, it's like the thing that really I think helps and hinders with collecting is I kind of follow that rule of cool. Like if it looks cool to me, I'm going to get into it, regardless of what the backstory is or anything like that. And a lot of times that's really kind of paved the way to things I really enjoy, like just based on how they look in figure form. Like Deku, started reading manga on that, started doing some of the anime. And then like, way back even in the 90s, they had Deadpool, how he had the little retractable knife. I'm like, I knew nothing about the character at the time. I'm like, this looks really awesome. And I just, kind of fell into more of what the character was about. But yeah, again, like I can't tell you how many times just from seeing a toy, I'm like really open my eyes on a show or a series. I'm like, this is really cool. Kind of a choose your own adventure kind of thing. But and again, just really open my eyes also to like import figures as well too. There was so many other companies out there that I had no clue about with anything. For me, it was Hasbro or Mattel, and that was it. And then now you got your amazing Yamaguchis, your Figma, the Good Smile, or Sentinel, 1000 toys. All those ones that kind of really branch out.
They're all crazy. Like it's insane with the third party stuff. Like
oh my god.
Like at this point, it's funny because like I used to consider myself like mostly like domestic stuff, but until I got hooked on third party, and it's just like holy crap, like this toy is like way beyond some of this U.S. product, and it's like either the same price or like a little bit more expensive, but you get so much more, and the quality is so nice compared to the U.S. stuff. And I was like, okay, this is different. And honestly, ever since I discovered 5K, like I'm a repeat customer constantly.
5K has really opened a lot of people's eyes to what is out there. Rob from Savage Crucible, he was talking about how he did a show overseas was it China maybe?
It was I think he went to
Wonderfest.
Wonderfest.
That's right. And he's talking about like how we know some of the third party companies or some of those independent companies, but over there's hundreds and hundreds of them that nobody knows about because they're still just kind of getting their foot in the door kind of thing. And it's just like how much creativity is out there,
It's crazy. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we're in the golden age of collecting in general.
Oh, for sure.
And it's just prices are going to there's going to be more competition, and that's good for us, but it's so bad for us because we're the ones spending the money, right? So.
I mean, for the most part, I feel like on the collecting aspect, it was definitely fairly even playing because again, if you went overseas and you ordered something, you were getting a little bit of a price break. Now with foreign policy changes and stuff like that, we're paying a little bit more of a premium on that, so that kind of deters some of those collectors maybe. But I feel like there's more. Some of these companies are finding workarounds for that. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, but even the 5K stuff is not that expensive. Like if you look at it,
That's very reasonable.
think about it, right? Like I like soft goods on a figure. And my domestic option is what, Mezco generally,
Yeah.
right? That's like the main one, and
Mhm.
that's still 120 without shipping. Then you
Right.
add tax and shipping to it, it's like 150 bucks right there,
Yeah,
automatically.
exactly.
So it's
And
like,
you know, I love Mezco, but man, I don't know what they're doing for shipping calculator or something. Because some of those shipping fees, I'm like, what are we thinking here? Because like 20,
oh
30
my
bucks
god,
for one, I'm like, I could ship something for like 10 or 15, and it weighs probably more than that. So,
exactly. Yeah, I
you know,
mean, the thing is, they're probably making. I mean, again, it's a company. It's a
obviously,
small
yeah.
company. It's a small company
Love it,
too.
yeah.
So, but I agree. The shipping has to be broken because that's not mathing right for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely not mathing right. Um, but again, like you see some of the cool shit that 5K, like some of these third party companies, and I mean they're $100, $120, but they're giving you more stuff than Mesco accessories,
for
and you're
sure.
just like, holy crap! Like, okay,
One of the toy lines I absolutely love, and I think it's God, what was it? It was called Memory Toys, but now it's Mighty Toys. They make those orcs that are like 9 and 10 inches tall. But I mean, they put like probably 10 pairs of hands in there, multiple axes, multiple head sculpts, and a super articulated figure for maybe 100, 120 bucks. I mean, that right there is freaking steal on some of that stuff. And again, it's they're hefty figures for sure. So
yeah, no, that's very true. Rizunda hates your hoodie, Lou. Just wanted to
I
throw that
know.
out there.
I'm sorry.
Hustles, what's up, man?
No.
Uh,
Hustles.
so did you mention what figure or what line really got you like diving back deep into collecting?
diving back, I would probably say Marvel Legends.
Marvel
Um,
Legends, okay.
Yeah, I'd say I'd probably God. It was back when they kind of started like relaunching the line. So like the return of Marvel Legends, with how they had the Bucky cap, and then they had
Oh yeah.
oh God, I'm trying to think what other figures were in that line. It's been so long ago. But again, at the time, that was an all new sculpt and all new mold, and people were like losing their minds over that. One of the
Right.
first times I'm like, that's pretty cool. And why I connected with that a lot, I was a big Ed Brubaker fan. He wrote the whole like Death of Captain America, Winter Soldier, all that stuff. So having kind of a connection with that character already, I'm like, yeah, I'll pick this up. And
Mhm.
again, it kind of really kind of steamrolled everything into getting more Marvel Legends, or like, oh man, there's like so many of them that I missed. I'm gonna try to go back and pick up some of the older ones, but they kept coming out with so much new stuff at the time. And I think, God, man, Marvel Legends at the time was maybe $15.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were about $15 back then.
Yeah.
You're talking about when Hasbro first took over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
And they had
15,
Yep.
and then I think maybe that Spider-Man wave with like Carnage and like the Pizza Spider-Man. I want to say that's when it kind of spiked up to 20, I think. But again,
Yeah, 19, 20.
yeah, I was
Has
like,
it been like 10 years? Has it been 10 years? Probably like 11 years, maybe. Because
Yeah,
I've been collecting for about 10 years.
15. It's been about
I've been
15.
okay.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I started collecting 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So that would
or-
have been like 2012, if I'm not mistaken.
2012.
Roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little earlier than 2012 because Star Wars Black Series started in 2013,
Okay.
Mm.
and then Marvel Legends were already around at that point. I want to say it was 2011. Could have been 2012. 2011, 2012. It's right around that
Yeah.
area. And
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's $15 and a legend today is what, 27? 28?
27, 30, depending on where
27
you're
and
at.
30?
right.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, isn't that like most toy lines now? Because even wrestling figures are like 25, I think, or 24.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
And when I got into collecting, they were like $20, I think. The elites.
And it's just crazy, like as I feel like there was more of a whole other group of like fans that kind of came around from the Black Series, from Marvel Legends, like in those, like when Hasbro first kind of took this over, because I feel like at the time when all this first came out, you didn't really have a lot of people doing like toy news or doing a lot of like the reviews and stuff like that. Maybe a handful, like The Amazing, I think, is one I can consistently point to. It was always doing reviews. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's other ones I'm forgetting, but again, just how much that, like the demand for an in-hand review has skyrocketed since then. So
Right, for sure.
I 100%
The-
agree. Before
Because
we
most
go
of these
to
websites back then, it was mostly just websites rather than
Yeah.
toy reviewers on YouTube.
yeah, so
Mhm.
Toy Arc was one of them that I remember
Mhm.
seeing a while back. The Foosh, that was another one.
Yep, they were one of the early ones. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
And there was, like Yak Face and Rebel Scum and
yes,
all the
yes.
Star Wars ones. And there's a whole bunch of Star Wars ones that are gone now that I used to go to all the
yeah.
time. Was it Jawa something or other, Snow Troopers or Sand Troopers, or I can't remember all of them, but most of them have gone the wayside.
Oh yeah, for sure. But no, that's actually when I kind of started my Instagram. I kind of thought like, all right, I like action figures a lot. I kind of talk about them. And back when, so Articulated Times, that initially was more of a toy news page with everything, really before I kind of started doing a lot of my toy photography or leaning heavily into my toy photography. I did some, but then I would do like, hey, a new Revel Tech is coming out. Hey, a new Figma, or like a Figma Friday kind of thing. And I would kind of do some more of the news at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's back when, God, like I said, not many folks were doing it. Now it's everywhere. But as I kind of was doing the Instagram thing with everything, I kind of started leaning more towards the toy photography side of things, where it's like, man, I'm seeing all these cool photos. Maybe, put my hand in that a little bit, see what I can do. I was really inspired by D Amazing. I've told him multiple times. He discredits it.
Same, yeah, same. I was so happy I was able to tell him that. What was it, Titans toys?
Yeah, so that October, yeah.
So I got to see him there, and I sat with him. It's exactly what I told him, and he's a good guy. So he's a modest dude.
He's the best. He's the best. And again, it's like, I mean, think of like how at IshCon he did a little seminar just talking about lighting. Again, always kind of giving back to the community, talking about like, hey, if you're wanting to do a good shot, you can have the best pose in the world, but your lighting is really what helps really feature these characters with everything. And you can do a different variety of things to make your photo look better just by how you light it, So yeah.
D is generally a nice person.
Oh my God. He's the best.
He's a very nice person.
Yeah.
Before we jump in, I do want to say welcome to PI_toybox_photography. I'm not sure. I see you on the YouTube side, but I do not see you on StreamYard side. So I'm not sure why StreamYard is picking on you, but welcome. I can't highlight your chat, but he just said, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Steve?
What's up? What's up?" I got Schmerber, Greg, and
Schmerger. Yep.
And then Charles. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
And then I would also like to bring in our missing co-host.
Oh. Got demons.
You're back.
What's happening, guys?
What's happening? How are you?
Did you fix your computer?
Yeah, I was
your
like,
monitor?
I go take a piss and fill up my water jug, not at the same time.
Oh, well.
And I come back.
I hope not.
Second monitor's just like froze and like pixelated. And I had to uninstall and reinstall drivers.
Like, oh wow!
Oh jeez.
Okay.
The card.
Wow.
So,
all right. Well, welcome.
Now.
But okay, let's go back to Steve.
Yeah, Mr. Schmerber over here is absolutely correct, Steve.
Oh my God! Thank you, guys. That's incredibly generous, incredibly nice. Yeah, thank you. I tried it.
And we are going to talk.
Well.
We will talk about your photography because I did take some screenshots off your page, and we're going to show it off on the screen as well.
Hopefully, a good one. Hopefully,
dude, hey, Steve, you don't put out bad stuff, my friend. You don't.
Every so often, there's a clunker in there, but
listen, you're doing it, and it looks good too. I mean, again,
thanks.
But I did notice a certain theme to your shots, and we'll talk about that later, though. But that's
all I can tell you.
Now, today, like in present time, what do you mostly collect?
What do I mostly collect? I really, honestly, I went from Marvel Legends, Revel Tech, all that stuff, probably around like 2020 when everything started like shutting down, going haywire. Really kind of focused in more on Mythic Legions with everything. I just like, they were a company that was consistently still putting out stuff, even with the world shutting down. They were transparent about their releases. They were transparent about any delays. And again, that really kind of sold me on like, hey, I really dig this stuff. And, if I'm going to pick just one line, I figure I would go with that. I mean, I still collect a wide variety of stuff, but I would say Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible, like kind of neck and neck with everything.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I get where you're coming from, because at one point, probably around COVID, actually even a little after COVID, I was a Mythic Legion only collector for a little while, like about a year. That's all I collected. I still had my other stuff, but Mythic Legions was like my main bread and butter for a little while.
But again, like to the point, they were consistent. You know what I mean? Everybody else was putting stuff on delay or not shipping anything, and then it's like I was heavy into Mezco at the time, and I was just so frustrated. Even before COVID, there was still a little bit of a point. Everything was getting delayed. Everything was getting delayed.
Oh yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people talk about the Keaton Batman. You know, again, that was kind of the part where I'm like, all right, I'm kind of done with this. You know, I could support a brand that is pushing things back, but if they're being transparent about why the delays are happening. And then it was radio silence at the time. And I know I probably wasn't alone in that feature where there was a lot of folks that were kind of a little dejected at the time. You know, again, they have rebounded and they're doing well with everything. But again, it was just kind of, I was like, I can't collect all this stuff. I can't put all these deposits down on everything and then have to wait three years for a figure to come out. You know, it still happens. Don't get me wrong. But again, it's like when that was your one line that you were collecting and you're putting in, you've got hundreds of dollars, almost thousands of dollars tied up.
Thousands of dollars tied up. Yeah.
And it's just like, it's coming. I just don't know when, you know, and it's just like trying to plan for that, you know, like, cause I'm at a point where it's like, I could have, go ahead, bud.
Was that Kickstarters or was it just pre-orders that you had to put
down? Pre-orders. So Legions, what they do is they'll put up a wave and have you pre-order it like a year in advance. Essentially, they're using the funds to fund the making of the wave, right? That's essentially how I look at it.
Yeah, that's kind of...
But the thing is, like, honestly speaking, like, I mean, I get why they're doing it, and it makes a lot of sense from a business standpoint, right?
Yeah.
But from... You know, Mythic Legions is one of the main reasons why I stopped doing a lot of pre-orders like that. Like, because the thing is, like, I had no problem finding the figures when they got released. Mm-hmm. They were, you know, maybe you're paying a little bit more when they were released, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'll pay a little bit more, but here's the thing. If I take that money, that, you know, $500, $600, whatever I spend on the entire wave, and I just put it into a CD for a year or 2 years, I just made more money. More money on in investing than I did giving it to you, where I don't get a recoup back.
Yeah,
right?
And you know, with Mythic Legions, I know they do have some longer pre-order windows and everything like that. I don't really feel so much of the sting with that because I know I'm going to be getting something that's top notch quality.
Oh yeah, it's fire. I mean, it looks great. I mean, again,
with Mezco, it was you wait so many years for something, and then you know, people were getting stuff right out of the package and it was torn or it's broken. And it's just like,
that's,
you know, and again, I don't want to harp on people. It's like, you know, you put your time and effort into a product and you kind of have an expectation in your head what you should be getting for that price point with everything. So
the thing is, every company gets QC problems. I mean, it happens to all of us.
Absolutely.
Or to everyone. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I mean, like one of the main factors why I left Mythic Legions was because of QC issues.
Yeah.
And that was, at least for me, like I noticed there was a difference in plastic. I noticed that every figure I had opened up starting from this one wave was a problem. So
was it
kind of turned.
Wave?
It was no, right before that. It was what was the vampire chick?
Alithia.
The Alithia wave. Every figure, like Romulus, I love Romulus. I love that figure. It looks amazing. But when I held it in hand compared to Vetus, it was like, it feels different. Like, I was like, what's going on here? Like, it's supposed to be the same figure. Just repainted.
Yeah. I mean, you're almost explaining it like it was an abusive relationship.
And I was upset. I was really hurt. I mean, it's like think of a gladiator, right? Like literally what it was, like a Roman style gladiator. I mean, again, I still have it, Romulus, on my shelf, and I still have Vetus. But I really think Vetus was probably one of my favorite figures because, like the older stuff that they were doing had no issues. Like it was just solid. But I know, like today, I'm sure it's very different because I did open Koi, and I really liked Koi. I thought it was a good figure. It looks fun. It looks really fun too. So
that's the goldfish thingy.
Yeah, it's the koi fish. Yeah,
koi fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one where I like. Okay, I'm gonna pick this up because I know it was like a table drop. But yeah, in hand, it's a lot of fun. And again, it's like
exactly.
it's a lot of different mixes of parts. It's not just a straight gladiator. It's not just a straight knight. It's kind of got an amalgam of parts and everything. So it's really cool.
Like it was an interesting one because I remember when I was at Legion's Con, I was like, oh, it's just I don't want this. It's like a fish, and like it doesn't look okay until I saw it with the armor on, and I was like, fuck, I kind of want this now. Like this looks really good. Like,
face with that,
exactly.
Yeah,
it looks so dope with the armor, and I was like, man. Okay, fine. I'll buy 6 of them. Yeah, I bought 6, so yes, they got me. Definitely got me. But yeah, I mean, even the Terrell though. Like, I mean, again, they make good figures. Again, lacking in articulation in certain areas, and that's going to be an improvement in the future. They're going double jointed, which is nice. I can't wait for the Lion King wave to come out because I'm looking forward to the Lion. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know their names. I've never known their names.
That Leodistus, that one's going to be really interesting to get in hand because apparently that one has also butterfly joints as well.
Oh,
too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So that's going to be their first one with, no, not their first one with butterfly joints.
That's a Valiant Knight, right? Okay, of that scale. Okay. Then Valiant Knight have butterfly joints?
It's going to be bigger. I think it's going to be like, is it ogre or is it brute scale?
I think it's going to be ogre scale. It was big. I remember seeing it in person.
I just remember him saying they were going to do butterfly joints just so he could hold the hammer that he got. He asked him with him. So
I mean, it looks great. I mean, honestly, I will buy that figure because it looks awesome.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and again, it's like those waves. Like you can definitely tell there's with them. Like we're talking about the pre-order process. Yeah, it could be lengthy, but again, with those waves that they always launch around Legion's Con, those are always their biggest wave. So they always pack as much punch into each wave as they can. So it might be a year, it might be 2 years, but at least they're transparent about where it's at, what's going on, or if there is a potential issue, what they're doing to fix it. So again, that's what made me really fall more into that camp where I'm like, this is my company that I'm going to definitely follow. Just because again, the transparency. There was a lot of other companies where stuff was delayed.
They also hide stuff. I do appreciate the Mythic Legions for that, or for Horseman Studios for that. When there was like the Lithia wave, a lot of people. I wasn't the only one, right? So a lot of people were complaining about the breaks, and they sent people to China. They went to China and see what was going on, what happened. I didn't find out what happened afterwards, but I appreciate the fact that they actually sent people there.
Yeah,
to go to the warehouse and see what's
going on.
And with
that, something as simple as like a little air bubble gets in. When they're pouring the plastic, and then that just makes it so much more brittle or more susceptible to failure. So
that's very true.
Sometimes just reworking a mold makes a world of difference.
Yeah. So we did kind of go off on a tangent. Like what do you mostly collect now? So you mentioned Mythic Legions. What else is there?
Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible, Zesray Studios. Those are the 3 big ones. Make sure I'm not forgetting anybody here. I've definitely fallen in love with Joy Toy Warhammer. Again, a company, a franchise I knew nothing about, and how it's all immersive. I think the big takeaway with a lot of the stuff that I collect now are either independent toy companies or things that have a vast amount of lore that I don't know anything about. I grew up in the 80s, 90s, so you had your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you had your Master Universe, all that stuff. But they've been rehashed so many times, right?
Right. They're not really telling a new story.
Yeah, or a new story. So then instead of having one fan base, you have all these fractured fan bases. Oh, hey, I like 2000X, or I like the OG, or I like this, I like that. So, now you have toy companies trying to cater to everybody instead of just one particular section of it. So it kind of makes it a little bit more of a challenge with that. And then it's like, okay, so a lot of this stuff has been redone, rehashed. Marvel Legends got to the point where, all right, cool, you're making this figure, it's awesome. 6 months later, you're doing the same figure, but it's painted just a little bit different with one more accessory. I was like, nah, man. Again, it's like you want to keep a value to your collection to a point, and if they keep re-releasing things over and over, that almost devalues your collection. Yeah, there's going to be people that want to collect everything and be the completionist, but again, when it's making your older figure less valuable, I don't know. I know it's not stocked, but sometimes it can be treated like that, So if I want to make sure if I have something that if I needed to get out of it, I'm still going to be able to get what I have.
There's a value there to get out of it. Yeah. Exactly. No, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Now, you mentioned 3 lines just now: Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible, and Sazerac. So I like to ask difficult questions here.
Oh, okay. Which is my favorite?
No. If you could just choose one, which other two would you drop?
Oh my god!
Let's just say you give it a Thanos snap and it disappears forever.
Man, that's so tough. Oh shit!
It's a tough question. I agree.
I would say if I was gonna keep one, and it's really tough, and I love all of them. Let me preference that. I love all three of these brands. If I was gonna say which one potentially has the most benefit down the road, and I'm going to say Savage Crucible, okay? And I'll tell you why. Savage Crucible, they partner with Frazetta, right? Frazetta Studios. This whole myth and fantasy thing was brought on to my dad showing me Conan when I was a kid. Conan, Frazetta. So getting Frazetta characters of any type, I'm going to be on board with that. Again, all the companies are great, and they are branching out, and they're doing so many awesome things. Mythic Legions, again, we talked about, myth and fantasy, that which at the time there was nobody else doing that. They kind of really paved the way for a lot of that. Zestray Studios, when I was doing the whole opening up my store, I reached out to all these companies. They were the first one to get back to me and say, hey, yes, we would love for you to carry our stuff. So again, I'm very indebted to all of these companies with everything. But if we're talking about kind of scratching more of that old school myth and fantasy itch with Frazetta, it would be Savage Crucible with that.
Savage Crucible,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
I like you said, it's hard to choose between all of them. I agree, though. I think for me it would be Savage as well.
Yeah, they're all three lines that work so well together. For photography, if you're just wanting a background character, anything like that, you're getting different iterations, different styles, different articulation points, so you're getting a lot of really good stuff in all three of those lines. So
that can mix really well. Yeah,
I will say Cesare has made one of my figure of the years before, though. The top
Is that
number
the
one
chick that gets naked? That one?
Bernice, yes.
That's right. Yeah.
That's not the reason why.
No, come on.
It's not the reason why. All their chicks get naked. Letting you know, they all get naked. That's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not the reason why.
Bernice, they're actually redoing her, so they got Cassie
2.0, yeah.
Coming hopefully right around Chinese New Year.
I have six of each order. Yeah. And I will buy
because they don't get naked, right? It's because they're good figures. Okay,
they're great figures.
They're amazing looking.
They're amazing figures.
Great curve, great line work, right?
They look wonderful clothed. Okay, they really do. They look freaking awesome clothed.
This is what I always say. Listen, when a Cesare female goes up for pre-order, you pre-order it. You do not skip on it, because if you skip on it, it's going to go either 2 times or 3 times the price once it's sold out, and it's going to stay up there. It's not coming back down. So I still have 4 or 5 Bernice 1.0s sitting around, brand new in the box.
Right?
The red or the black armor?
I have both.
Oh,
the black one is the LA.
Yeah,
the LACC is the black armor. I gave one away on the first giveaway party, and then somehow the next weekend I got one back. It was like karma. It was it was weird. Somehow, I was at a swap. So I was at a swap, a local swap, and they were like, "Hey, do you want this?" I was like, "Yeah, I just gave one away. I would love to take this," and gave me a great offer.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, was it Legions Con 2 years ago? I had one of the early female characters, not Bernice, from Zestray, and out of everything at my table, that was the most picked up figure that entire weekend.
Was it the Eater of Dicks?
I think it said it on the box, if I'm not mistaken.
It did say on the box, she is the Eater of Dicks. Yes. I literally said that on the box. I'm not just making this up.
I print more often. I miss that.
I have the box. It does say it.
No, this one, she had blonde hair, and then back then they didn't have the helmet that would go over everything. The hair would pop off, and then the helmet would kind of clip on to that. Oh God, I can't remember her name.
It's the Eater of Dicks. That's who it is, the blonde one. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot her name.
Literally.
Hashtag Eater of Dicks.
Yeah. We're doing giveaway. Hashtag Eater of Dicks.
Go ahead and Google it. You'll find out.
Now,
Yeah.
Go.
okay,
Go.
so now, what are your top 5 figures in your collection?
Top 5? Oh
Yeah.
God. In no particular order. I would say there was the Shield of Desarea.
Okay.
That's from Savage Crucible. Big reason why that made top 5 with everything. Out of all the years I've been doing toy photography, that was the first time I actually got to do product photography for a company with everything. So that was that character is definitely near and dear to my heart. And actually, I'm very fortunate. Like, so it was me and it was Donald Dover, Raven Eye Studios, Jedi Jack, Blitz Figs, and then Green Geek. We all did photos for that as they were kind of building hype for it and everything. So we all passed it around, that figure, and then I was the last one to get it. And then I'm going to send it back, and Don, the guy that sent it to me, is like, "No, I want you to keep this one. I'm afraid of losing it in the mail." So I have the one that was in all the product photos and everything like that. So that one
that's
is
cool.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of that one. It was really cool after especially all these years to have my work featured on anybody's website, so it's
awesome.
kind of law for that. But then the other ones, Mezco Popeye. Again, growing up, besides Conan, Dad always had me watching Popeye the Sailor Man. Mezco absolutely crushed it with that one. Again, I know that's an older figure. I just shot it the other day. The 1000 Toys Hellboy is another great one.
You did a photo with that one.
The hand, it could maybe use a little work. It's a little blocky. It looks a little Lego-esque, but articulation-wise and everything and aesthetic, I think it was. I mean, I think that came out in 2019. Still holds up to me. God, man, so that's 3 there. Man, oh man.
It's a hard list to make, and I understand.
I'm really trying to think. I'd say another great one, Krotos from Mythic Legions. When I was really getting heavily into Mythic Legions, it was right around the Alithia wave, and I don't know, there was something about that character because he has a goat head, and I'm like, man, this is. I
was trying to remember who Krotos was, but he was the smaller goat dude, right?
Yeah. And stubborn disposition, and he was also a healer. And at the time, I was doing physical therapy as my profession with everything. So I'm like, okay, I kind of get behind this. And man, and what would be the last one? Man, I know I'm forgetting somebody that's it's probably gonna kick me in the ass. Man, I would probably say. Let me go with Zesray Studios, that K2 of that Red Rhino.
The Red Rhino, that's a good choice too.
Again, as hefty as that figure is, it poses so incredibly well.
It articulates so well for a large figure. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Even the bull, even the Minotaurs were really good.
Minotaurs are really good. Yeah, I think the only downside with the Minotaurs, I liked how they had the swappable feet. They just kind of became a little top heavy with those feet on there. I don't know. I'm gonna switch to Medicus. I actually really enjoy this figure.
It's an awesome figure, yeah.
Again, I'm glad they went back, they redid the articulation, they updated the sculpt and everything like that. Like, honestly, out of all my figures, like this one and Hildry, I've been very inspired by lately with photography outdoors. So, man, I'd say that's probably, I'm sure I'm missing somebody. I know it, but yeah, I'd stick with those ones for right now.
No. What about 2025? What were your top 5 pickups in 2025?
2025, definitely Medicus from Zesray Studios, Hildre.
Well, you probably get your stuff early, right? Because I didn't get mine till 2026.
So I ended up getting Hildre. How was it?
Well, Hildre I got in 2025, but 2026 is when I got Medicus.
I literally got Medicus, that shipment, like maybe 2 days before Christmas.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
I noticed your postings. I was like, wait a second, you had this in 2025? I was like,
oh yeah,
what?
Yeah, I was kind of worried too, because he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ship this to you. I'm like, man, hopefully it's not around like Christmas time or anything like that. But yeah, it showed up a few days before. I'm like, oh, thank goodness.
That's awesome.
So yeah, him, 2025. I'd say Warrior Ball and Chain from Savage Crucible was another good one.
Warrior Ball and Chain, yeah.
And then, so that's 3 of them. I had Scaphoid two from Legion's Con.
That's the Legion's Con one, right?
I still need to put the bone wings on there, but again, that I think just kind of put it over the top. As a standalone, like, okay, this is cool and all, but with their trapeculi head and the bone wings and the neon green, I'm like, damn.
I do like the soft goods they have started doing on the figures, because when I was doing Legions, they didn't have soft goods.
Yeah. I want to say it was a Lithia wave. They kind of started just doing
introducing some of the cloth, what's it called, the little loins,
tabard or the capes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I think, who else did I have? The Shield of Desaria as well too.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a common theme I've noticed with what you're saying. You're straight up like folklore, barbarian. That gladiator style, like old school, like Conan inspired.
The D&D fantasy.
The D&D stuff, D&D fantasy style, and like you got knights, you got barbarians, Vikings. So that's your thing. That's your gimmick.
Yeah,
I noticed that in your shots too. Actually, when I was looking through it, I was like, man, he's really. I like it because that's what I'm in. I'm into like Conan and like barbarians and gladiators, especially gladiators. That's my thing. I really enjoy that. I always tell myself, like, even if I decide to get rid of a line, I'm keeping all their gladiator style figures, which I have done. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like for me, I was talking that I did the superhero stuff. Again, with that, you got to get the dio set up. You got to make it look somewhat realistic, and then if you don't have the dios, you got to make all that stuff. Where a lot of these characters that I'm talking about, I just go outside. If I find like a rocky background or some trees or something like that. I've got a whole setup right there. You can kind of suspend disbelief enough to where, oh, hey, this person's out on the battlefield or something like that, and it looks more lifelike. I mean, not saying that the superhero stuff didn't translate like that, but I feel like I've had some of my best work outside.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I get that. I did see a comment in the chat. Hustles, to hit me up on Instagram. If you're looking for any of the stuff I'm trying to get rid of, just send me a message and we could talk over there. Where else are we going to talk about? There was a question I had started from the chat. Initial Goose Creations, he's one of our moderators. He's asking a question. You can live in any comic, cartoon, action figure universe of your choice. Which universe do you live in?
Oh, man. That is a really good one.
I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, though.
Yeah, I would probably say some, with Conan or like Myth Fantasy or something along those lines. I feel like that's
Frazetta.
There's so many possibilities with that. It's not strictly, just Conan the Barbarian. There's so many works of art that he's done that it's like, man, there's some really interesting stuff. Mm-hmm. And again, it's so weird, like just as a collector and as a photographer, kind of dancing around every one of these universes, honestly, like from when I started to where I'm at now with everything. I would say the one I appreciate most would be more that myth and fantasy for sure.
Yeah. That's cool. So how like, just to kind of piggyback off his question, how would you perceive your character to be like? We're about to have a D&D style like character development.
Oh my God. My luck, I would probably be the character that gets killed first, thinking I'm all badass and everything, and just like, oh no, he got hit in the ankle and now he's dead, or something like that, like the Achilles heel or something. But,
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, exactly. Swords blazing and then just right out. But man, I've never really given that much thought, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of characters that like world build and everything. Man,
so are you saying you don't have a head scan of yourself on the figure right now?
No, I don't.
Dude.
I know. Okay. I talked with Pete at IshCon. God, was it last year about doing that? I'm like, I was really considering doing that. I need to maybe just pull the trigger and
you should
that.
do it. Pete has done my prints. Yeah, he's done Lou as well. You should definitely do it. Pete's a good dude.
And then, so how long is a turnaround time typically? I mean, obviously
fast.
Okay.
Like faster than I expected. Pete told me, he says, "Oh, we'll get it. It's usually about 2 weeks." And I'm like, "Really?" And I think it was about a week after the show, he sent me, the first draft basically.
Wow.
And he will listen. It's like, he showed me the first draft and I was like, I saw some things. I was like, can you tweak this? Can you do that? And I felt bad because I kept asking. He's like, no, ask me. This is you. You want it to look like you. I don't care how long it takes. I can tweak forever. Don't
Yeah.
worry. So
Yeah.
I think overall, in hand, I think it took about 3 weeks before I actually had the actual thing set. to
Okay.
me. So yeah, he's fast. He's quick and good.
And then he
Yeah.
does good work though. That's the most
phenomenal.
important thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because Pete's a good friend of mine, but he actually does good work.
No, yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff from a lot of the shows because I feel like he's at Legion's Con, he's at IshCon.
Yeah.
Where else did I see him? Joe
He came
Lana.
out to
I was
Atlanta.
gonna
That's
say
where-
Joe Lana,
yeah,
right?
this
Joe
year.
Lana, he was there.
Mhm.
He'll definitely be at IshCon too this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he lives like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me, so he's,
Yeah,
I
he's
would
local.
think so, if I had to, off the top of my head, like build anything. Obviously, I don't know if I'd go heavy beard. Probably go shaved head. Maybe like leather vest. I don't know. Maybe like an asymmetrical look or
So
something.
the cool thing is though, he could even make you into like an orc. So if you want to be like an orc, he could
Yeah.
make you into an orc, like a vampire. Like he has those options to like even make you like a elf if you want to go that route.
Interesting.
That's what I'm saying. It's really cool. Like he showed me different designs. Like Jenna, he sent me a design of Jenna. She's one of our co-hosts on Tuesday nights.
Yeah. She was with you at IshCon.
Yeah, she was sitting with me at IshCon. Yeah, at
Yeah.
the table. Yeah. So we had her head scanned at IshCon, and he sent me like I want to say like 10 heads and like in all different hairstyles, like some pointy ears, like an elf. And I was like, this is really dope. Like we have a lot of different options here we could do. So like you could literally turn into like a vampire or an orc if you want and go that route too. Then it's really dope what you could do to like your face.
I mean, just think about how we're talking about like the golden age of collecting. Anything we could think of nowadays, we can make. Again, whether it be resin printer, 3D printing, all that stuff. It's wild on how efficient things are now with that stuff, or how quick the turnaround time is. Could you imagine back in the 80s or 90s thinking anything like this would ever be possible? And then now it's like, oh yeah, it's commonplace,
Right. It's amazing.
It was
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Well,
Star
you
Trek
think about.
replicator.
Well, you think about. There you go. Exactly, the Star Trek replicator. You think about Hasbro. Hasbro tried their little thing with it, and they tried, and it was real new. And again, you were doing it on an app, so it's only as good as the app.
Oh, the selfie series.
The selfie
Oh.
series. But then
Forgot
they-
all about that.
yeah,
I heard it was
but
a
then
hit or a miss.
started.
So a lot of people.
It was a
I
lot
think
of
it was
misses.
for them. Yeah.
It was mostly misses. Yeah, for
Because
everybody.
Didn't they had you do like multiple portraits, or was it just like one video? I forget.
It was. I think there was a video and multiple portraits. I tried it. I remember trying it, and I tried it like 5-6 times, and every time it looked horrible. I'm like, I'm not paying for this. There's no way. And it just, I'm not. I won't. And then, the first person that I saw, as far as in our community, that started doing the head scans was Mark II Designs.
Uh-huh.
And I remember talking to him at Joe Fest about it. I was very interested, and I was planning on going with Mark at some point. And then I met Pete more recently, and Pete was here, and I hadn't seen Mark, so went and Pete does just as well. So it's like
Pete
so now
does
you
good work. Yeah.
absolutely both. So there's more options as people are learning this technology kind of thing.
Yeah, I tell myself I want to get into that point where I have a resin printer and just kind of mess around with some of this stuff, whether it be weapons or head sculpts, as kind of a nice like little pack-ins for some of the stuff that I sell in the shop and everything. But yeah, it's crazy how creative people are.
It's nuts, dude. I completely agree. It is absolutely amazing how creative people can get with the printing and the designing of stuff. It's awesome.
Yep.
It's really like it's like a huge game changer to like toys and customizing and kit bashing and all that stuff.
To our whole group, it's like, oh, I got a guy. Oh, you want that? There's this guy. There's that guy. And it's like there's
legions in general, like how much that really boomed up with like the customizer community with that.
They did such a good job marketing the customizer community. They did. I mean, they literally said that this toy line is to take apart and put back together and do your best of making it different. And dude, amazing marketing for that. Like, who doesn't want to kit bash? Like, I don't paint at all. Like, I suck at painting. I mean, that's not true. I have no idea if I'm good at it or not, but I'm just too lazy. But I'll kit bash like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'll make some great figures from kit bashing, and they look dope. And like people will ask me like, "How? What did you do over here? What part did you use?" And I was like, "Man, I did this, and this." And they're like, "Oh, I never thought about that." Especially in the Legions thing. Like I was making some crazy kit bashes on Legions days, and like you could make cool shit without painting. You don't have to paint. Like I had a God of War. I had made a tribute to God of War Kratos from Legions figure, like a Legion parts. And I sold it at IshCon. I had it up at my table at IshCon, and someone was like, "Holy shit, that's Kratos!" I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "This is amazing, dude." And I was like, "Thank you." It's just kid bashing.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I'm very much in the same boat. I don't paint well. I'm trying to get better at that, but I can do dioramas and stuff like that. But as for like painting eyeballs, I'll jump off a bridge instead. I swear, because I'll have one perfect. And then I'll go over here. I'm like, I'm gonna do the exact same thing over here. And it's like, nope. And it just
say he's side-eyed. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a little side-eyed.
He's born cross-eyed. It's fine. Still.
Yeah. So customs is definitely. I had a question about that for you. Like, do you do customs? Do you paint? Do you kit bash? What is your thing when it comes to customs? And what customs do you generally make too?
So typically, if I do any like pop and swaps or anything like that, that's primarily the main bulk of my customs is pop and swaps. Again, a lot of the parts that really speak to me with like creative aspect are any of the ones from the Furious Four. So like they were like red and black scaled, or like have like silver in there. So a lot of different popping and swapping with those. I can't really tell, but I have like pretty much a whole detox slide over there. Just nothing but like Furious
different
4.
Kit bash. So I actually used a lot of the Furious 4 parts for the kit bashing. Minus I used the midget vampire with the wings.
Oh, Varg.
Varg, yeah. I used the torso or the body and arms to use the upper half, and then I put longer legs on him just to make him taller.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing. I ended up making him. I took like here. Let me show you.
Yeah.
David. It's not too buried in here. This was one of the first ones that I did with getting into Legions. So like the Varg body.
Yeah.
And then like this is Kronar's arm and helmet. And then I think whose legs these were. I forget which. I think these might have been Kronar's as well too. But then stuff from like a lot of stuff from the Alithia wave, and just
cool
for me. God, man, when I first started doing any type of like building, like, no, it's all got to be symmetrical, and then it's like really my OCD. It's like, no, just try it; it'll probably be okay. And I'm like, oh, okay, I like how it turned out. So
you know how Kratos has those 2 slashes that's painted on his body in red.
Right.
I use 2 red straps to go across instead of the painting. Right. I skipped the painting part. I just did the 2 red. The red leathery material to go across the chest. Yeah.
But I mean, something like that. Again, no paint at all for any of this.
And it looks dope.
You get a whole brand new figure with that. So I tell myself, like, I think last year, maybe the year before, I kind of started dabbling a little bit in some painting, like maybe some rivets or something, but nothing too elaborate. There was like a Ligier or something. I mixed like Gold Knight parts and like some of the armory pieces to kind of make them like a gold and black mix and everything. And I kind of maybe like dialed in some of the rivets with that. But that's really about it, the extent of like my painting aspect on that. I tell myself I'm going to sit down and actually start painting again, but I just never get around to it. I'm my own worst critic when it comes to that stuff. So, but
Kaiju, welcome to the chat.
Hello, Kaiju.
Yes.
Okay, so you do kit bashing, still learning how to paint, but like actually no, I'll ask that later on. That's a later question. I'll ask it later.
Ask it later.
Yeah, I'll ask it later. So the other question I had was, we talked about your top 5 of your collection, top 5 in 2025. Now, what are you looking forward to in 2026?
Man, I think one that really stands out. I was really hoping we got it last year, but it's hopefully going to be quarter 2 is Death Dealer. Going back to that Frazetta again, any type of Frazetta character I'm on board with. There's been a lot of different offerings of Death Dealer I've seen. I think like
I'll be right
Executive Replicas did one, and I feel like Mezco did one a few years back.
Right.
I'm
I think
liking
Loose Collector did.
Say
I
again?
think. Did Loose Collector just recently do one?
Yeah. With a gigantic horse and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to get that, and man, $350 for that was a bit steep for me. So I was like, but no. Nice thing about the Savage Crucible offering is just all the different faceplates. I think you have like up to 8 different faceplates to swap out with. I mean, that's awesome. And again, I think the biggest holdup with that, I think they said, was the soft goods. They made it sound like the body is done. They're just waiting on the soft goods for it. So
they wanted to get those soft goods perfect. And the thing is, the chainmail's real chain.
Yeah. So again, with that, how intricate you have to be with that as well too. It's like, and they're supposed to be partnering with is it Fish Toys?
Fish Toys.
I'm really wanting to see him on that horse and everything like that. Obviously, I could put him on a Legion one worst case scenario, but man, to get that iconic on the horse Death Dealer, I think that's Death Dealer 2, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, just some interesting shots with that for sure. Like, and also shout out to Pablo PL Toy Photography. He did all the promo shots for Death Dealer and just absolutely crushed it.
Oh wow, okay. Very cool. Yeah, that's an amazing looking figure. I cannot wait for that one. That was kind of like for me. Well, they opened up pre-orders for him right after Toylanta last year. Yeah, and they had one of the prototypes there, and that was kind of what sealed the deal. And I even bought my first Savage Crucible there at the show last year. I got Shield of Desera.
I'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay. And that was it. That was the jumping off point. I'm like, I'm definitely pre-ordering Death Dealer because that's just got so much history.
It just, there's so much creativity with that. And again, they made it sound like there's so many more Frazetta figures coming. I think he said almost like 6 more, which, I would love for him to get to the Conan and everything. But he even mentioned on one of the live streams, he's like, listen, guys, there's 4 or 5 other companies doing Conans this year. I'm going to space it out a little bit so it's not an oversaturated market, which is still wild to me. We went from like not having any Conan figures at all
to all
to having like 6 of them.
I bought them, don't get me wrong, I bought them.
But I was going to say, like, how many did you buy?
Still not. There's not one good Arnold likeness. I think Mezco might be close, but
Mezco is going to be the one
people didn't want. They don't want the painted one. I mean, they will take it, but they want the clean one.
That's it. Yeah, that's very much the thing. That's why they led with that, because they know people are still going to buy it, and then they're going to have the unpainted one, as a maybe sometime later this year kind of thing. I could totally see that. Again, having the Arnold likeness for any company, and actually a really decent one. Yeah, I think Mezco is probably going to be the one that's going to get it. I think Super 7 had something like Arnold, and it just, I don't think it, I think it missed the mark.
It did.
Yeah.
Typical Super 7.
Yeah.
It did miss the mark. I mean, the head wasn't terrible on it.
Just the rest of the figure is.
I got a buddy who got one, and he said there's 2 heads that come with with that one, right? There's the old man, like the King Conan, and he said the King Conan is much better looking than the standard one on that one.
Okay,
if I remember correctly. I'll have
and
to
it
look
was
at
still their old bodies, where it was single jointed elbows and knees. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
They finally got their shit together with the turtles. I haven't heard anything about those new turtles yet.
But
the double jointed.
Yeah.
Like so going back to like all the different like Conan offerings and stuff like that. I remember like the Mezco Conan was like the top of the line. Nothing's beating that. And then you got like Frazetta girls coming out with like their version, more like stylized and everything like that. But again, it's just like, and also bigger too. Like for the longest time, Mezco was like the biggest figures out there. Now these companies are like 7 inches and up. Easily like coming out with some really, really detailed stuff.
I have that figure too. I just haven't opened it yet. People keep asking me for
That's
it.
a nice looking one. It does nice. How's the articulation on that one as far as posability?
It's it's really good. So, did you ever get the Dark Wolf that they made?
I did not.
Yeah.
So,
I saw I saw a video on it, a review of it, and I was like, on the.
So the articulation is a little bit better compared to the Dark Wolf, right? So the Dark Wolf had single jointed everything, where this one now has the double knee.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting a lot more of that bend there. Again, still single jointed elbow. I mean, obviously for I see why they didn't do like a butterfly joint or a bicep cut, because again, they don't want to sacrifice the sculpt. I get that.
Right.
The only thing that I would say would be potentially negative on this one, like you think of like the iconic, like him holding the sword next to the beach or something like that. When you got that, you got this weird kind of gap thing here.
Yeah.
So that's you can kind of fudge it a little bit. But again, then you start getting to the point where like the anatomy looks a little weird if you're kind of rotating the elbow too much.
Yeah.
And actually,
it makes a little bit more sense if they have larger arms like that. Like, because even if you have double joints there, the muscles are just going to get in the way, and you're not even going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of one of the saving grace with the King Conan that Mezco did. They had the double jointed elbows, which again, you get more of those iconic poses, and it looked a little bit more natural with everything. As for overall bulk and everything, I still think if you're looking at an aesthetic, I think this is still probably one of the best ones out there, like, likeness wise.
Right.
But again, there are some sacrifices for the articulation and some posing.
I don't think you can get this pose where he holds his sword like this.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So you guys think that's a missed opportunity. Again, I think that there's still every figure. I feel like they improved the articulation. From Dark Wolf to Norseman to the Conan and everything. So they're getting there. It's taking time. So
it's funny because I have Dark Wolf, I have Norseman, I have Tigra. Tigra I did open though. I did open that one, but Norseman, Dark Wolf, even Conan I haven't opened yet. They're just sitting in boxes.
Oh my god, that hurts my heart.
Oh, I know you're missing out.
But I again, like as I told the chat and then these guys, I plan to get rid of one of my shelves back here and move it upstairs so I can do like a barbarian shelf or a / gladiator shelf. So all these figures are gonna get opened up very soon now, because I have like wave 1 and 2 of like Cesare.
Oh wow,
in boxes. I haven't touched them. They're just sitting there. I have the trainers. I have all of that stuff. The accessories kits, all of it. This is all sitting there.
That's oh my goodness. You're sitting on a fortune there for sure.
I know, and it's like I'm gonna fucking open all of it, and I'm just gonna pose it and get a nice little display piece to go back here and just make it look fun.
For sure. I see somebody in the chat as an initial goose about the Death Dealers. If you're looking for a Death Dealer, I know we still have a few slots available at Articulated Empire. We have options for partial payment / deposit or pay in full options. And I think as of last week, they were saying estimated like Q2 for that one. Actually, no, I'm sorry, Q1. I apologize.
Q1, yeah.
Yeah, Q2 is going to be for Wave 3. That's estimated when that's coming. So.
Okay. Yeah, go check out the website. It's on the description of the channel as well. So definitely go check it out. But let's jump over to more discussions. Now, we talked to... How are you on time, by the way? We generally always go over 2 hours. We'd like to keep it 2 hours, but we always go over.
I'm good. My kid is upstairs. My other one is at my sister-in-law's house, and my wife's at trivia night, so I've got all the time in the world.
Okay, that's good to hear. Let's jump over to photography.
Yeah.
You do a lot of photography. You do great shots, and I know Lou's looking forward to this topic, too. So, before we jump into what equipment and all that stuff, what do you shoot with?
I shoot with a Canon 80D. I got that probably about 6 years ago now. I use a 50 millimeter lens, the Nifty 50. That's typically kind of a nice grab all with everything. If you're doing outdoor photography, you get fairly close with that. I would love to initially get like a macro lens to get really up close to get some of those portrait shots with everything.
They have attachments you could do too to put onto your lenses.
Yeah, like I want to do that, or I want to also do what's the other one? Get those probe lenses, the long telescopic ones.
Right,
You can
right.
get right up in the figure's face with everything. My buddy John, Emerald Knight Photos, he has one, and like some of the stuff is just amazing. I'm highly jealous of.
Yeah, Emerald Knight does some really nice stuff as well. Absolutely.
He does.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I do that, and then I also have I've got a tripod that's a must, and then I usually have some of these Neewer lights or Ulanzi lights as well too. All this stuff I got off of Amazon, and I think they're relatively inexpensive. I think like these lights were maybe $20-$30 or something like that.
Yep.
And sometimes you can get like a coupon or a discount on Amazon. So that's kind of nice. I started off initially with Lume Cube, and because initially that's what everybody was talking about. The drawback with Lume Cube, don't shoot me, Lume Cube, is those are lithium ion batteries, right? So if you were out in the cold, those will deplete the batteries faster. You know, so with these ones, again, I've had this outdoors. You know, I'll keep it in my bag. I'll keep it in my car if I need to, and it still works. You know, and it holds a charge for a really long time. Everything.
Okay.
So that's kind of the one.
And it's magnetic too, right? It's magnetic in the back, so you can stick it onto things.
Yes, but this here, it's got a magnet on there, and then also on these, they also have a clip. So if I had multiple ones, I could pop them all together. So that's
cool.
on the newer, longer one. They have like on the shorter ones, they have like a little eyelet to where you can kind of screw it onto your camera, or even kind of connect them together if you want a longer light bar.
Okay.
But I feel like if you're going to do that, the longer Ulanzi light is better. I want to say that was like maybe $40 or $50 at the time. So, but so that, and then where's my? There it is. After Legion's Con, probably like 2 years ago, because for the longest time I used to do the atmosphere aerosol. Like for a lot of my backlight shots, I would hit that to really disperse the light. Since then, I've ended up getting a portable smoke machine.
So it takes like a vegetable oil, right?
Yeah, like glycerin or something.
Yeah, glycerin. Yeah, but doesn't that leave like a gooey like substance on when you use it?
It can. They're like little droplets. So sometimes if it's too saturated with that, it'll leave like little.
Okay. Don't you get worried about that on the figures and diodes?
I'm not worried about that on the figures compared to like if it's soft good stuff, I would be a little bit more concerned. I don't really see a lot of that drip. Usually it washes off. Where with the atmosphere aerosol stuff, that will leave a film on your skin for sure. Like I have a diorama that I normally post everything up on. And initially when I first got it, it was a lighter gray. And then after using the atmosphere so many times on it, it discolored the diorama piece. You know, so it's like, it's probably not good to breathe in either. But just, you know, I'm sure it says it on the can too. But
right.
With this stuff, you know, I get some more options with this. I could use this like in either straight fog, or I could even do like a dry ice feature. So if you're wanting to have your character standing up and you're looking like a fog on the ground and everything, that dry ice feature is a really, really nice touch for that.
That's cool. Okay. See, my biggest worry would be messing up like a soft goods or something like on a Mezco or an expensive figure.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Usually on that one, I don't. So I haven't shot a lot of Mezco with a lot of the fog, so I don't know if that's too much of I haven't really experienced too much of an issue with that, but I also haven't really trialed as much with that. But I would say with something like that, with the glycerin, I want to say water soluble, so it should be able to come right off. And I don't feel like I've had any issues before on any of my cloth good characters, but
so we'll keep asking questions and we'll talk about some of your photography. I wanted to start bringing this up. I did know. I noticed that some of the on your page, Articulate Times on IG, some of them were not your shots. It was someone else's shots, but they were
correct.
They were collaborating with you. So I'm hoping I picked out yours only. I did double check, but I could have missed one or two because I did it like 2 hours later.
Understood. But, so yeah, with that, I a few of my buddies. So we were talking about Emerald Knight Photos and the Badass Reviews, Carlos. Me and all three of us on Thursdays typically will do a collab session where we'll come up with any random figure, whatever the case may be, and we'll all post up a shot, but we'll add each other as collaborators, so we'll all show up on each other's feed. So it's kind of showcasing everybody's work to our platforms essentially. So and I think this week in particular, I think that's when we were doing like a Hildrey themed one, but
Okay.
yeah, I really love this shot. Oh man! And again, this is just going to.
I love both the figures. The shot is amazing too. And you were
Mhm.
outside on this one too.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a little nature reserve not too far from where I live, where I used to work, and Powder Valley. So again, this is all down in like a little forest area. This is like they're literally on top of a dilapidated log that's got like tons of like termite damage and everything like that. And at the time, again, all the leaves had fallen, so it's just a nice background, a nice little backdrop, and the sun wasn't too blaring at the time either. So that's also a huge thing. Like you could have the best pose, and everything like that, and outdoors, and with being outdoors, the sunlight might go behind a cloud, and you might have to adjust your settings, and then it comes right back out. So you have to kind of be a little fluid on how you have your camera set with everything, or kind of disperse the light so it doesn't look too blaring on there.
Yeah. No, I agree. Goose, hit me up tomorrow. I might have a spare black Minotaur. Might. It's either the brown one or the black one. I have to check, but just let me know. Hit me up tomorrow. I'll let you know. Again, awesome shot here.
Thank you. But yeah, with this, trying to have like an against all odds kind of thing, where I've had, some other bigger characters, go against, smaller ones. But I feel like Hildry is just such a badass with everything. I don't know. Just something to kind of showcase her.
I really like the Hilda figure a lot. I think it's a great figure. Not just because she gets naked, but it looks really dope.
It is a
You wouldn't have needed to say that if you didn't think that.
I'm just business. As soon as I said I really like the figure, you would have made a comment saying because she gets naked.
No.
It's not.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't tell you how many different hornballs I've seen out there stripping this one all the way down, doing like the seductive photos and everything. I'm like, okay, to each your own. I try to have it more of it as a warrior badass, but yeah, there's an option. I'm just saying.
There is, yeah, absolutely. You can do what you want.
Yeah.
Question on the for you on this one, Steve.
Yeah.
And so this was. Oh, what was the question I was going to ask you? I'm so sorry. So basically, when you're doing outdoor shots, do you bring lights with you?
Just in case.
Just in case? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. There are times where, again, it might be. So this was taken probably about like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Actually, no, I think probably about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Again, the sun is still pretty high with everything. But like I said, if there's times where if it's an offset day, cloudy, or there's, anything like that, I'll usually bring some just in case. Or if I'm getting to like this particular spot, there's plenty of daylight floating around. It's not like up against like a big hill or anything like that. So you're getting some steady lighting. However, there's a spot not too far from here where there's only certain times of the day I can kind of shoot at it because how the light hits, so I have to be kind of cognizant about the timing of the day with everything. But what happens sometimes if it gets to the point where it's even like, golden hour or maybe just slightly past, you can still get some really good shots, if you have like just even a small light in the background. And then like that's where the fog machine or the atmosphere aerosol can really come into play to help out with your lighting with everything. Because again, with the fog, you have your light source, but with the fog, it exacerbates everything. It just like spreads, So again, you're getting more of that abundance of light with everything. So what might have been a dull area is all of a sudden like really illuminated. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because that fog will just kind of condense and hold all of that light, and Like
there was one, oh god, it's probably been a few months ago that I did it, but it was a Como of the Isles from Savage Crucible, and it was very much the same thing where, man, it was starting to get kind of dark outside, and I had maybe just this small little light, nothing crazy, and it's just a little bit of fog, and it really, camera settings help too, but a little bit of fog and how I had my camera set up, and it really made it a kind of like an orangish glow with everything, which really I was really surprised with in the editing process how it turned out.
Yeah.
This one, I absolutely love this one. This one is probably one of my favorite shots I've done in a really long time.
This is an amazing shot, dude. Holy hell.
Yeah.
I mean, even Goose is saying I'm so hard for that picture.
Yeah, I completely agree. And again, it's one of those things where showcasing her as an absolute badass with everything. She, again, it's more that kind of that against all odds thing where I've had a lot of times those smaller characters go up against like an imposing threat, and like this is how she handled it with everything. And yeah, and this is another one where the lighting was just right. It wasn't overly bright outside with everything. And again, this was the same day. I shot this probably maybe 3 in the afternoon, something like that. So sunset's probably around 4:30 at the time.
Okay.
So
now let's talk about. So I literally just noticed this while looking at the photo, and you were saying something. Let's talk about what effects do you edit in your photos?
So all of my photos, I usually use. It's called Lightroom.
Lightroom, okay.
Yeah, and that's primarily what I use, and I use it strictly on my phone. Like there's a in-app that could just do all my editing right there on my phone. So like I'll be watching a TV or whatever the case may be, just edited a photo real quick. With this one, I didn't do too much for the editing process on this one. I ended up like maybe editing out the joints at the knees, kind of make it.
Yeah, it was. I noticed this was like the joints were gone. I was like, that looks even better. Like it looks so dope. Like imagine like a Hilder build, like in a Fison style, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
This is a great photo.
And then like I think the only other adjustment I did, I like where the ball peg of the Minotaur, I think I just edited that out. And that's really about it on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that does in when you're editing, because I literally, aside from I've got one app that I've been using where I can kind of add like a fog effect, smoke effect, and that's about the extent of editing that I've ever done.
Destro, what's up, man?
And I have no idea even where to start. So I'm always curious as to what you guys do in editing.
I'm really trying to remember what led me to Lightroom out of all things, because I always knew about Photoshop for the longest time. I still, honestly, to this day, I'll be honest with you, I still can't effectively use that as precisely as I could. So that's why I kind of stick with Lightroom.
Well,
but
Photoshop is hard though too. Like
I mean, there's a lot of options, but yeah, again, like if you master that, you can be pretty much anything you want.
Yeah.
But with Lightroom, what they'll do sometimes is they'll have like some different like presets. Like, so you'll have your photo and they'll have already some preset ones like, okay, maybe this is higher contrast, or like adjusting with like vignettes, or adjusting with ISO, or any of that kind of stuff. And so it kind of gives you a few different looks, right? So not saying you pick that and that's you're done. You can kind of make adjustments as you go. So like if you're like if it was maybe later part of the day and you wanted to use more of a vignette to kind of centralize more of the focus strictly on the character and not the background, you have options for that. Or, the contrast, again, sometimes contrast with that in general really brings out a lot more of that trees in the background to kind of give it a little more of a pop, where it doesn't look so blown out with everything. You kind of look like, okay, she's in the woods. She's, that's where she's at, kind of thing. So it's really kind of helping tell the story. Sometimes, like if it's a character that might have like light up eyes or something along those lines. Actually, that's what I did on the bull here. There's a paintbrush feature where you can go in there and just kind of, paint around the eyes exactly where you want to make the edits. You could adjust the color saturation with that, or like how warm or how cold you want the temperature to be. So it kind of gives it more of a glow effect, so it doesn't look so flat. So again, just those little things there can kind of make some adjustments with everything. As for like aside from editing out the joints and everything, I think that's really all I did on this one. I mean, not too much. There's sometimes where it just works out where the amount of edits are minuscule, and then there's other times where it's like, man, I got some work to do, so it kind of depends on the character you're using and also what kind of look you're wanting to go for.
I got you. Okay.
I definitely agree.
So it's kind of in the eye of the beholder, so to speak.
Right.
You're gonna dance around and kind of tweak things until you like what you see, essentially. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's where I get confused. I'm like, well, what am I doing? And I'm like, well, that looks cool. Well, that kind of looks cool too.
I
and so on.
Yeah. I try with something like that to where it's like, man, if this was on the cover of a magazine, would this catch your attention? Right.
Right.
So that's the kind of look I'm wanting to go for with everything. Sometimes the lighting, is a big factor on that. With outdoor photography in particular, you might have the absolute best lit shot, or other times you might take the photo just a second or two later and it looks completely blown out. So it really, you have to kind of be mindful of the settings of your camera with everything. On mine, like they also have like for the warm or cold options, like you can definitely adjust on temperature. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So you got this little feature right here where, I don't know if you can see it, looks like a house.
Yeah.
Right. So that'll give you more of that warm look, which I typically use that, or then you got more of the daylight feature, so something as simple as that will definitely give you some different looks, or even like a cloudy, if it's, those kind of little adjustments there will definitely bring out a different look for your shot with everything. I typically use the one where it's like more in the shade with everything, just because it gives it more of that warmer glow with everything. And I feel like that's kind of where I stick with that. I mean, some of the people, you can do like the incandescent light, which will make it more of a white effect on the photo and everything. I kind of stick with more of the shaded one to get more of that warmer glow, especially if you're doing photos at like golden hour, right? So the sun is getting ready to set, and you got that heavy backlight with everything that really kind of amps up that golden look for you.
Right.
Yeah. Goose, it is double jointed, arms and legs both.
Yes,
So
I'm sorry.
Definitely get
it. The same articulation style as any of their other figures, essentially.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the Savage Crucible version.
Yeah, that's what he's referring to. Winford said he uses Snapseed on my phone to do edits.
I've used that a time or two, and that's good too, for sure.
And Sneaky's saying, "Okay, now I need that Minotaur."
Yeah. I had so many people after this shot be like, "Hey, do you have any of the Minotaurs left?" I'm like, "I sold out of these last year, man. I'm sorry."
Yeah. Dude, again, like I'm glad I bought like 3 each. I still have a couple left, I think. Dester Design says I use Lightroom as well. Great shit.
Are any of those on the chopping block, Abby?
Maybe one, because I'm pretty sure I've already chopped a few of them off at this point. I mean, again, like Cesare, again, like I always buy big because you kind of need to.
Yeah.
Because once they disappear, they literally disappear because people don't.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like Zesray, like my first figure that I picked up from them was the Red Rhino. And after I had that Red Rhino in hand, I'm like, man, I got to get more of these. And I saw that they were coming out with Thales and Cassos, I believe. And I'm like, same articulation. Yeah, for sure. Let's go.
Exactly. You got to jump on them. Yeah. Showing what's going on, dude. And Toyamic Displays, welcome.
Hello.
What's up, Trey? What's up, Chewy?
All right, we're going to go to the next one. Guys. Now, this was dope, too.
Yeah.
So, like, remember, like, when I was going through your pictures, I was like, I see a theme here. Like, and that's why I was questioning about the fantasy, it was more like folklore and like, the barbarian era stuff and knights era. So this is dope. This is a great shot. I like the light coming through the windows from the back.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of, I feel like I kind of get in this particular setting a little bit, like the heavy backlighting really kind of gives you more of that depth. And then with this one, this is when I was still using the atmosphere aerosol. So it really kind of fogged up pretty quick. But with that, it's just the heavy backlight. I really enjoy how the lighting turned out with this. I really enjoyed like the warmth of the photo. And then just something about him holding the skeleton by his jaw. I'm just like,
Dude, the skeleton figures are actually really dope. I do personally prefer the yellowish tinted ones versus like the straight white ones.
Yeah, they had. Oh man.
See the action. So one other thing I noticed is you have a lot of action shots, and I respect that because it's hard to. It's a toy, right? It's standing still, but it's hard to make a figure look like it's moving, and you do that pretty well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I still fall in the habit sometimes. I like, okay, I just have a figure standing there, but again, then it comes down to like, how can I make this still enjoyable? Do I futz with the lighting? Do I futz with like a pose? How do I make this, somewhat that like, hey, I want people to look at this. This one here in particular, like these figures go so well together. Anytime you can get like a dynamic photo of any type, like, or sell a story of what's happening, then you're off to the races with that. So again, and then the portraits, it's like, yeah, I try to do a variety, try to get a little bit of a healthier mix. So I'm not doing just all of this. I would love to do more action shots, but sometimes time constraints where it's like, I might just have 30 minutes before sunset. I'm like, oh yeah, let me get a quick shot or two in here real quick to get some variety in there. But yeah, this one, I will say I went a little crazy on the editing. This was all in Lightroom. But again, like you can adjust the background with that. Like you could select the subject or you could select the background, and you can kind of futz with whatever colors you want in the background. So I kind of went with a little haywire on this one, but
it looks good. It
now,
looks like there's chaos happening in the background.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this another outdoor shot or is this this is outdoor? Yeah. Okay.
This is outdoor. He's literally on a fallen tree, and I think there's like a moss on the log and everything like that. So yeah.
Okay.
For the most part, I try to get outside as much as I can. I feel like these figures just lend themselves so well to the outdoor setting.
Yeah.
But man, it's just like lately it's been crazy to get any decent shots outside. I feel like, well, at least for me, like, you have to, it's fall happened a little bit later in the year for us. So like there's still tons of leaves and everything all over the ground. So trying to have like a realistic setting where everything looks in scale, because again, if you have something where like you might have the best shot, the best lighting, but then, I see all these full grown, like full size leaves. I'm like, that kind of takes you out of the picture, So
yeah, they're bigger than the figures.
Yeah, I literally spent a half hour, Lou, in a spot in the forest clearing leaves from a stoned area. I probably looked like a weirdo. I got like a stick and I'm just like clearing everything out because I'm like, I know I like.
You're gonna get like a blower just to move all the leaves out of the way.
Oh, you get
my wife the same thing. I'm like, I'll look even crazier going out there with that, but I mean, at least it's gonna clear it off.
Exactly.
And
leave me alone. I'm playing with my toys.
Into yard work.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing yard work in the forest. Mind your business.
All right, real quick before we get too deep, is this one outside also?
This one is outside as well.
Okay, all right, carry on.
Yeah. So another one. This was probably this was right before Toylanta last year. I want to say I got the figure. This is maybe like the week of Toylanta, maybe a few days before. So I ended up having another one where, again, he's holding him up. He's got the axe and everything behind him. This one is kind of another angle where he's kind of looking more of a top down or close to it. Just again, some variety in there. I love this figure so much. I love you get all the different hair swaps, so you can get any different look where it's Conan, He-Man, Wandar, or or Brave.
It comes with a barbarian head, right?
Yes.
So the funny thing, I found this figure in my shelf the other day.
Really?
I was like, what is that? Mythic Legions. And I grabbed it, I pulled it, I was like, oh shit, isn't that
How much were they asking for that?
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
I found it the other day on my shelf. Like I was like, oh, I still have this.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I own this toy? When did I buy it? Oh.
No, I thought I had already gotten rid of it, so I was surprised to find it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Okay. Maybe I'll keep
going back to my top 5. I'm surprised that's the one I forgot. Yeah, he was on there.
Okay. He was on there. Okay.
Yeah. My mistake.
Well, that was the 2025 convention exclusive, right? So,
oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll never forget. God, there was like they dropped it during ZoloCon, and I was at another convention across country, and I had the most amount of fear of missing out. I'm like, I want to be at that convention so bad to get this figure because it checked all the boxes. You got your Conan, your He-Man, all that stuff.
It was a 3-in-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And again, now that they have all the barbarians and everything to kind of add parts to it, I mean, it just makes it a really well-rounded figure.
Yeah.
So he was another fun one. I really enjoyed this figure or this photography, this picture, because it's again like action shot, right? You're making the figure look like he's running.
Yeah.
Like it looks.
So really, the only thing I did with this was I think it's honestly 2 lights, like one in the back. I've got like a ring light that kind of gives you like a warmer warmer glow with everything.
Okay.
So that was in the very back. And then I think I had one of my LED lights. I think nothing crazy with that. So pretty standard setup with that. And then with this, I just had a opposing wire, and I had like a 3-2-1 block, like a little heavy metal block, and like some posable wire. And like if you look, actually I did a pretty good job at it, but like where his scabbard is for his sword, just go back from there, and that's kind of where the wire was, and it's just a small little edit out with that. So
okay.
Oh, that makes me feel so good, Steve, because I've done that before. That's exactly what I tried on. I did a shot with Trigger coming running down the stairs, tearing up some troopers, and one of the troopers is in a like he's falling pose, like he's getting shot in the back.
Oh yeah,
I did the wire thing too, so cool.
Yeah, it's like you can get some really cool shots and everything with it, but it just really comes down to sometimes it's very strange. Lightroom, there's times where you're like when you're editing something out, it will blend flawlessly, and you can't even tell there was any issue there. And then for whatever reason, like if there's an update or something like that, sometimes it will look like an absolute train wreck where it's like, okay, you want to blur this part out, but then like the area right next to it, it completely like wipes that out too. I'm like, no, that wasn't even highlighted. What are you doing? So it doesn't happen all the time, but for the most part, it's pretty user friendly with that to kind of just because it was a simple wipeout with that one. So.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sometimes it'll just have a little distortion nearby kind of thing. There's a pain in.
But with this one, love this. Again, Crashbox Customs is the one who did the diorama piece. I absolutely love his stuff. I wish I had more of it, to be honest with you. Like
he does good work for sure.
Yeah, like I need to pick up more.
Laser cut too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I remember when he was kind of really starting all this because for the longest time he did a lot of this stuff by hand, and then he had like it was almost like a CNC cutter where he just went through everything and just made these like precision lines. Like I mean, there's no way I could do that by hand. No way.
I mean. Here's the thing. I have a rule. If someone else could do it better than me, then I'll just go buy it. I mean, realistically speaking.
Right.
So every time I see shots of the Mouse King?
Yeah.
I want this figure. Like, I want to mess with my wife. Like, I want to put it on all fours in my kitchen, just to see her reaction.
Oh my god!
Like I won't tell her I have it. I just want to see her reaction. But the issue is I have a puppy now, and the puppy will eat it before she sees it.
Oh, for sure.
That's right. There's two things that'll happen. Number one, you'll have a broken figure, and number two, you'll have divorce papers.
Right.
No, I won't have it. I fuck with my wife a lot. Trust me, I get away with a lot of weird things. But every time I see this figure, it makes me want to buy it because it looks so dope. There's so many cool options with this figure you have.
Yeah, this is their new 3.0. So this has like the butterfly joints. This has bicep swivel. It has double jointed elbows and everything. So this is kind of laying the groundwork for some really cool figures that are coming down the road with everything. So the fact that they have this, I mean, this is a really big. They could really do. God, I mean, for people that had Monkey King, you can do definitely something with that. I could definitely see them doing like more like the satyrs, like the goat people and everything, just kind of color the fur a little bit different. I mean, just the fact that you got the double jointed elbows, I think that's a huge improvement with everything. So it's like for the longest time, they were very aesthetically pleasing. Now they're aesthetically pleasing and really well articulated. So now you're getting more of that variability with everything. So again, for shots like this, if it was old articulation, I would be up to here. Again, they wouldn't be able to get that really posable, that really
too close to the chest. Yeah. Do you have this in your shop right now?
Do I have it in my shop? I don't have it up on my site, but I could probably. I think I have an extra one, if I'm not mistaken.
You do? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, hit me up.
Yeah.
If you're interested in letting it go, because I'm interested.
Yeah.
I also like
a wheel and deal, man.
That is not a one-piece card, so just back up and stay in your lane, bro.
Listen. I still collect toys.
Okay.
That has never stopped. I mean, I did a big drop on Savage Crucible earlier today.
Okay.
It's not Transformers. I will not buy that many Transformers.
It's not. Yeah, no. It's definitely is not more than meets the eye. That is for sure.
Yeah. I do. So the Nutcracker head is a custom head, right? I've seen a few people with it.
So spoiler, that actually was the secret item that came in with the Mouse King.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That head, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
so with that, so every year around Christmas time, they had the Father Christmas, they had a pack-in Valiant Knight head with Ghost of Christmas Past. Oh, yeah, with Jacob Marley, they had the safe. On the inside of the safe, it was one of those armored heads. It almost looked like Man in the Iron Mask look. So they had that pack-in, and then this Nutcracker head was the pack-in for Mouse King. So kind of a nice little bonus, little surprise.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna get the Mouse King. I think it's fun looking figure. It just looks fun to play with and mess around with. You could do so many oddball things with it.
Yeah, and it's I know they initially had with the 7 mouse heads on the neck piece. That's just super creative as well too. And then the thing is that's really a big sell for it is all those heads are removable. So if you wanted to put them right on the body, you have that option. So you got 7 different looks for one figure.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. So I like this one too because you had the John Cena music playing. So this is a what's the finishing move he does?
Attitude adjustment.
The attitude adjustment. Yeah.
I tried my best on that. It didn't really. I was hoping to get a little bit more of a down on his head look, but I'm this is the only way I was able to have him stay without falling over. So I'm this is gonna have to work. So
That's excellent.
But again, so is the tail of the Mouse King, is it bendy?
Oh yeah, It's
yeah. So all you're doing is telling me that I need to buy this figure even more.
Absolutely, I know a great place. I'm sure I have one. I'm sure I have one.
Well, you already got my money, so it's fine. I'm done. Sold. And then the body for the Nutcracker, that's the Furious 4, right? That's
part of the Furious I initially had this whole setup for Father Christmas. I took an extra short beard Father Christmas head. That was my Christmas Santa, and I just swapped the heads. That's all I did differently with that. So
I don't have my Furious 4 figures anymore because I got rid of them, but I may have to get another one.
Yeah, I was like I said earlier, man. That was when they were doing the leather, soft, arms and legs and everything like that. And at the time, they weren't really doing a lot of those. They maybe had maybe 3 characters that had the maybe 4 that had the fabric arms and legs and everything. And I just thought those are really good looks. Since not everybody could be a jacked gladiator or a knight or anything like that, So again, having some variety in there in the parts library is really good.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So, and this was another one I thought that was a really cool shot. You did mention what's it called?
Joy Toy, Warhammer stuff.
Warhammer. This is Warhammer. This is Joy Toy, right? This is Joy Toy.
Yes,
it is Joy Toy.
Yeah.
So the Joy Toy is the small scale, right?
Correct. Yeah, they're 1/18 scale. So you're looking at probably 3 3/4. Some of these now do get a little bit bigger. They have some that. Oh, hang on. Where am I at? Shit. There we go. Yeah, so they have some of them that could be as tall as 8 or 9 inches, depending on what character it is. But again, so with this, for me, I used to try to keep everything on the 1/12 scale. But I don't know, I was just really drawn to the sculpts, the designs, and all that stuff like that. And again, all the lore, that franchise has been going around almost 40 years. And going back and trying to know everything that's going on in that entire catalog or history is make my head spin. But it's the fun part. It's new to me, and it's almost like a challenge of okay, I like these toys. I want to know more about the backstory,
Yeah.
So they have all these different characters, all these different legions. Essentially, you have your Emperor of Mankind. He's the godlike character. And he ends up making, I want to say it's 20 Primarchs, his children, based off of his gene seed, and he scatters them out to the universe. So every one of them is in a different planet, a different location, might have a different power or different ability compared to others, and just kind of how that whole world builds from that and how they all interact with one another. But going back to what I learned from D Amazing, one of the big things he was talking about is color theory. right? So having, whatever character you're going to have, let's say in this case it's green, I'm sorry, red. You want a complementary color to kind of give it some depth to complement the color of your character, So again, if you're looking at the color theory wheel, you're looking at red on one side, and the exact opposite is green. So now you're getting that contrasting color to give it a little bit more depth into your photo as well too. So, and again, shooting.
Where can I find this wheel?
Say again.
Where can I find this wheel?
Google. Yeah, just color theory wheel. Yeah,
color theory wheel. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, and again, that will really help with different lighting options as well too. So again, instead of having just like a warm light or a cool light, you can definitely add in some different color to kind of give some more variety to your shots.
Yeah.
So, and with this one, like I literally had, this is a piece of aquarium foam board, right? That would go in an aquarium. So your PetSmart or anything like that, you can definitely get a lot, or even Amazon, you can definitely get a lot of these pieces for like next to nothing. But again, they make great backgrounds.
They already look like that though?
Say again?
They already look like that?
Oh yeah, I didn't have to do anything to this.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's a cave. So, that's a cave right there. Boom.
For sure.
Right, right, for sure.
And I want to say that was maybe like $10 or $20. Not 20. It was probably like 10 or 15. But
you
so
said you said a pet store?
Yeah, PetSmart.
PetSmart?
Yeah. So if you go to the aquarium section too, a lot of times they'll have like different different like almost like stone structures or stuff like that to kind of give some variety in there. Like the very front of this one, I ended up making a diorama that is like it's pink foam board, like to look like the bricks and everything like that. And then I use like gravel and stuff like that. And I kind of glued it all down into place to kind of give a little bit more of that depth.
Yeah, putting something up in the foreground.
Stuff because you got action figure nerds that are going to be building their dios, and then they're going to mark them up like 20-50%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
Man, the dioramas, that's another thing where it was kind of blowing my mind, where it's like, man, like 2 years ago at Legion's Con, like I made some for like maybe $50 or $60 and they sold out in like a half hour. I'm like, oh man, I think I did pretty good. People inside the room were charging hundreds and getting, I'm like, what? Maybe I'm off my depth, I guess. But again, it was kind of a learning curve with that. And that was, God, 2 years ago, it was like really the first time I made dioramas in probably about 7 or 8 years. So it was kind of a learning curve. It was kind of getting back into it. This past year, 2025, I definitely felt more comfortable with the whole process with everything and a lot more the painting aspect. A lot of that stuff, it's, a black wash, and I usually like dry brush. So I don't really do anything heavy-handed, or I try not to at least, to kind of give more of that texture, more of that look with everything. So
okay.
This one's very cheeky.
Yeah, this is a very cheeky shot. Yeah, another good one too. This is the loose collector, Red Sonja, right?
Correct. Yeah, executive replicas, loose collector. Yeah, that's a great figure. I really enjoy that one. For the longest time, I couldn't find her accessories, and I just found them not too long ago. I was so thrilled because this is a really, really good Red Sonja. I never picked up the boss fight one because I heard some mixed reviews on like the face paint and everything. So I was like,
I like the boss fight one personally because it has the articulation, man. Like the articulation on that figure is amazing. It's such a good. They did a really good job with it. The face, it's a hit or a miss.
Yeah.
But like the issue, like I have the loose collector one too, and it doesn't articulate that well compared to the boss fight. The boss fight,
those are still single. I want to say the elbows are single jointed, and I think the knees are double jointed. But yeah, you're definitely restricted. And like the hair, as nice as the sculpt is, like when you're trying to pose or look left or right, it blocks everything. Yeah, so
yeah, I mean that I like the boss fight one because the articulation was just insane on the figure. They did a really good job with it, even though I still have both versions. So
yeah. And this is another good one, man. I love being outside with everything. This was I'm trying to think what time of the year I shot this one, because like I'll even have some that I'll sit on. Like I'll take a photo and I'll edit it. I'm like, I don't know. Like I'll go through like a wave of emotions where like, is this okay to post? Is this too much? Or is this You know, I don't know. I kind of my own worst critic, where I'll have a whole slew of photos. I'm like, maybe put this one on the back burner for a little bit, and
Yeah.
then like,
Are you in that pocket of the states that's going to get blessed with all this snow, and then go outside and do some snow themed shoots?
that's the goal. I mean, I'm in Illinois, Southern Illinois, so we're supposed to get blanketed starting later tonight. Supposed to.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, that's one thing I'd love to get outside and do some more snow photography with everything. But we'll see. My wife, she's like, yeah, anytime it snows, you're taking the kids out. I don't want to do anything with the kids outside in the snow. I'm like, all right. She's like, that's your job. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah. This is a great shot too, and that Conan just looks awesome.
Dude, for the longest time, this was the benchmark. You know, again, there was nobody else that was really doing Conan this well. You know, and then that's a Kylab shoulder pauldron. He did that, God, probably 4 years ago, maybe longer now. But yeah, that's another one, man, where it's like those little trinkets, those little custom pieces just really elevate a figure that much more with everything.
I agree. Kylab stuff is actually really good. I have a few of their items too. Here is one of the twins from Varnox.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't. So the one I got from Ish at Legion's Con, I didn't open for the longest time. Like, I'm like, I want to. I just never got around to it. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh, they're actually going to have the in stock sale and everything going on. So I think, what better time, So, but again, another figure that just has so much, good stuff packed into it. Like, I mean, all the accessories, all the different head swaps, all the different looks.
Right.
Yeah.
Did that?
Is that the one that you got at Toy or at the Nashville convention?
Yeah.
That's the one you have to heat up, right?
I definitely would. Yeah. So,
so what he's referring
to give you a little backstory, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. So what he's referring to, Steve, is at Titans Toy Expo, Rob gave me one of the Varnox to open on our we did a Friday open mic.
Yeah, Friday show open mic.
Friday show open. We did it as open mic style, and we had Bobby on who talked about the Sidewinder La Muertas figure. Then Rob gave me a Varnox to open on stream.
Okay.
So everything was great articulation wise, but that one leg snapped, the knee snaps on the leg, and I was like,
live on the show.
Live on the show.
Yeah, the night before the initial release of the figure.
Oh, that's a good selling point.
And then Abby handed it to D, like together, and then D thought he broke it, and then Abby was like, "Oh
no!" The funniest thing was that I gave it to D, right? I put the leg back on, and D picked it up and he threw it on the table. It fell, and the leg came off. And then he goes, "Oh!" I was like, "Dude, you broke my finger!" And he felt so bad. I was like, "Listen, I broke it right before." It was actually really funny. It was actually entertaining.
It was a funny moment for sure.
It was
absolutely.
I felt. Listen, I have never heated up a Savage Crucible figure, so I didn't expect to heat this one up. Ever, I've never heated up a Savage Crucible figure. They articulate really well. And even again, all the other joints on the figure, head, elbows, and the left knee. The right knee is the one that caused the problem and it broke.
I would say, it's like I don't think I really had to heat up many of them during Wave 2. Like, I know Wave 1 stuff, when they had the ratchet joints, I definitely had to heat those up because, I felt like, right out the box, like, if I don't do that, I'm going to be breaking something for sure. But I felt like Wave 2 really was much smoother right out the package for sure.
Yeah, I agree. The Lemurians, definitely. I remember when I first pulled out Como. He was very resistant, and then those spiky freaking
dude, take it in your hand. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah. Definitely.
Because again, what Stu is saying right now is about the action style shots. It looks really fucking dope, dude. Like, you do a really good job with it. I almost want to test you to see how you could do a Street Fighter figure.
Ooh, maybe it'd be interesting.
I would love to see it because again, like I feel like you have a keen eye on the action style shot. So,
I'm
and
trying
again, like,
to Jaded Toys coming in here soon. I could possibly do something.
I was gonna say if you need some, let me know because I have, as I said, I have duplicates of a lot of things. So
I'm always interested for sure.
well, let me know what you're looking for because they're pretty much, except for Ryu and Ken. I do have evil Ryu though. I have two of the SCCC of those, and then I have the Palmart Ryu as well. But I have a lot of dupes sitting around. They're all in my shelves. I found sitting around. Again, we talked about the Cesare Studios. Again, awesome shot. And this is a Dio that you made too.
Yeah. So this is that one where I was talking about with all the gravel on the floor. Like initially, this whole Dio was made for years ago. San Diego Comic-Con. They had a Captain America that was like in a shield, Mezco Captain America that came in a shield packaging, and essentially that was to sit on the backside of this one, but all the sides were magnetic and everything like that. And I had this little cutout piece that I loved how it turned out. So it's like I've every so often I'll kind of sprinkle that in as a prop or.
Okay.
That's very cool. Now, did you use the
I'll be right back.
your fog machine on this one as the background? Is that what's
yeah?
Okay.
So with this one, heavy backlight. So like the character, I mean, so you can kind of look off to the left. I have that post, right? So I kind of got that there to kind of block some of the light from the camera, and then the heavy backlight coming on there. And then with these kind of shots, I'll usually do like a 10-second timer. So that'll kind of give me a few moments to kind of really dial in where I want my fog to go as best it can be. Sometimes the unpredictability of how things how the fog runs kind of makes some really interesting shots, some unexpected successes.
Okay. Yep.
But
interesting. Okay, so your backlight that's coming over from the side here. Get my hand in the picture. Do you have is it hitting directly at the figure, or is it kind of hitting away from? Behind.
Maybe so. Like if it's not maybe directly at the figure, I might have it aiming actually more towards me. So kind of the edge of the light is hitting more of the figure, so it's not like a full-on blown out look with everything. If you have it aimed too much directly at it, you'll get some more of that kind of that harsh line with everything, where it looks a little bit like too plasticky with everything. But here, let me show you one thing I also use as well.
Okay.
So what I'll also do is there's this like little reflector. It's got two different sides, right? So you got your white and then you got your gold, right? It's kind of whatever warm color you're looking to go with. And what I'll usually do is on the other side, like more to this character's left shoulder, I'll have the bounce card right there. So that warm light is hitting that and it's coming back at the figure with everything. So you're not getting, you never want to direct light, especially in the front, because that'll give it more of that harsh lighting. It looks like it's like, hey, this is all plastic. So it really kind of takes you out of the element, like this is a character. So with it bouncing off, you're getting more of that like natural light, that even blend with everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
I also think you did a pretty good job with hiding the articulation on the legs and arms too.
Yeah.
I don't see any edits here. This is just hiding the articulation.
I'm trying to think if I did any edits at all, I think it would be at his elbow, and I mean very small. I don't think I did anything else. I want to say maybe at the elbow just a tad, like to cover up that the disc point, but that's really about it. And kind of adjust contrast and then the saturation level. So what I might do sometimes
go ahead.
I say what I might do sometimes is also like they'll let you do like a linear
J-Mac, what's up?
Okay, what am I thinking of here?
What's up, J-Mac?
What's going on, J-Mac?
Hey, J-Mac. What am I thinking here? Can't think of the word. Anyway, like a linear like grade. So like you'll have like the brighter light and then it'll kind of like fade out. So sometimes I might even do that to kind of really focalize the left side of the photo here to kind of make it more brighter there and kind of taper off. I don't think I did that with this one, if I'm not mistaken, but so again, those little kind of adjustments with that as well too. But then what else did I do? Oh, hang on, let me pull it up here.
You missed
Welcome
a lot,
back.
you Daddy, but welcome back. Yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I just did the one little adjustment at the elbow.
Okay.
And no, I didn't do any like linear grade, like lighting or anything like that. It kind of just tweaked up the saturation level and then the contrast, kind of messed with the highlights a little bit. But that's pretty much all I did with this one. But yeah, I like this one, and I don't know what it is. There's sometimes where it's a song or something that kind of inspires a shot where I won't have anything in my head at all. And then like I was thinking like Asking Alexandria is one of the songs that's connected with this shot. And it's like Into the Fire. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll try something like that where he looked like he's kind of like engulfed in fire or coming out of a blaze or something like that. I don't know. It's weird how sometimes that works where it's like I will have nothing in my head at all. And there was one photo I did, God, probably last year sometime. Well, no, actually probably over the summer. And my wife had just dropped something in the kitchen and like sounded like glass shattering. And it reminded me of the Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'm doing like have one of the Savage Crucible characters doing like a stunner to a Lemurian.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah, just something out of the blue. Like, oh, I don't know how it works sometimes, but
So that was going to be one of my other questions. How do you set up your shots, or do you think about it beforehand, or?
So there's times where I'll have kind of an idea of like a photo I really want to do, and I might think about it. Might even like sometimes kind of do like a little sketch. Yeah, like this one in particular. It's funny you pull this one up. I had this sitting on my desk for a week before I actually shot it, and I was trying to think of like how I want to pose the tentacles, how I want to pose him, what do I want to do for my lighting, So again, kind of just a lot of trial and error. Like I have like the light coming out from underneath the character, and then I also have a backlight as well too. But going back to like the aquarium use stuff. So this
I was
is
going to say that's the aquarium, right? That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just like laying down on its side. I've got like a little flight stand that he's propped up on, and then just kind of my lights in the back and then towards the front with everything.
I'm literally gonna go to the pet store tomorrow to look for this stuff.
Dude, there's so many good things, and then sign up for like if you have like the PetSmart around your area. If you sign up as like a member, they give you like discount codes and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm a PetSmart.
It's free. Right now. Well, I am a member of PetSmart now because I have a puppy now. So
yeah. So I mean, again,
that's where we get our food from.
And there's just tons of variety of stuff. I mean, and even if you look on Amazon too, like there's just so many different things that they have. Like I think Warrior Ball and Chain, how they always had them on that piece of stone for all the promo shots. That was an aquarium one they found on Amazon. They said.
Yep, like, $20 on Amazon. It's in one of my lists.
Lou has found it apparently.
I need to actually buy that. I was wanting to buy that, and I keep forgetting to search that out. So
yeah, I'll send you the link, Steve.
What are the tentacles from the shop?
So those are from. Where did I get that from? I forget who it was. Somebody had them like on Amazon. And they're just like little octopuses that you put on your fingers as like little toys, And it was like it came in like a pack of 5 or something like that. And I've had them forever and ever because I've always wanted to do a shot like this. Like Hellboy was one of those characters where growing up I never really dug into it too deep. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool, some lore. And then the more like I got older and everything, I'm like, man, okay, let me check some of this out. And I always dug like Mike Mignola's artwork. He'd always have like a tentacle arm or something that like Hellboy's fighting or like dragging him down. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do a shot like that. And this one, this is a long time coming for this one.
No, this is an awesome shot. I'm gonna look for these tentacles as well, because again, like I've been itching to kind of get back at photography.
Definitely do it for sure. Yeah, and again, it's like just kind of finding what inspires you the most. Like, there's a lot of characters like Hellboy. I really enjoy doing shots with him. Like the Zesraid figures. Like when I get a character I'm really excited about, I could rattle off a few shots pretty quickly with those, and it's just like I don't know what it is. Like I'm just more inspired by them. Not to
Well,
say that
it's the gladiator / barbarian look. I get it.
Yeah, you know. So it's like you get more of those cooler looks, or like those badass female characters where there's really not a lot of companies making really badass characters. Zesray, and then obviously Mythic Legions is going to be coming out one with the Rising Suns wave, but you know. Right. For the most part, there's not a lot of companies making some really badass chicks out there. So, you know, again, that kind of inspires. You know, hey, make this this world beater. You know,
Brutal Rambling going to be coming out with their own muscle mommies.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
That's right.
Are they fairly close to release, or is it still a ways?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's been a while.
I'm about to text James and be like, "What the fuck, dude? Come on." Come on. Yeah, he already knows.
Come on, man.
He already knows.
There's a lot of teases, but
there is. I mean, again, like I bought I pre-ordered like 6 of the Athenas, so I definitely want the Athena figures to come in.
Yeah, I went all in when the Kickstarter dropped, you know, so I'm very, very excited for it. But again, it's you know, and it's kind of, that's the fun thing too. You kind of see the process as it's going, you know, what might be a certain design, they're like, let's maybe retool it, let's maybe rethink that and kind of progress going forward with everything. So it's cool being at a lot of these shows, seeing it more in person, you know, instead of like digital renders and stuff like that. So that's a kind of a cool feature with everything, being at more of these shows, seeing more of that progress in person, you know.
Mm-hmm. So this was the last photo I had, but we have a good segue right now because we're talking about shows, and that was the next thing I was going to ask you about. Shows. Like you obviously have Articulated Empire. That's your shop, and you go to shows because that's how I met you.
Absolutely.
So, how many shows do you go to in a year?
So last year we did 21 shows over the span of the year. We were busy. So you know, as close to, you know, we're here in Southern Illinois. So furthest west we'll do like Missouri. Furthest east we'll do Whippany, New Jersey for Legions Con, and then we'll be down in Georgia, you know, for Toylanta and Joe Lana. We'll be at IshCon, you know, so it kind of and then Geek Meet Indie in Danville, Indiana. That's a great show as well too.
What do you specialize in at your toy store?
So for my toy store, what we really try to focus on is independent toy companies, things you're not going to find at a Target or Walmart. You know, so a lot of the lines that we carry are lines that launch through Kickstarter. You know, Mythic Legions, Valaverse, Savage Crucible, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. And then I also try to work on some imports as well too. What we've also, just as of this week, we're starting to work with a distributor. So we're trying to get more mainline companies in as well too. Yeah, we like our bread and butter is definitely independence for sure. That's definitely what I collect. That's what I'm excited about, and that's what I want to keep promoting. But the eventual goal in time is to get a brick and mortar, so I don't have to bounce around to all these different places. If I can, you know, when I get older, I'm not going to want to do as much travel. I'll be honest with you.
Hey, I don't blame you. Yeah, I agree.
Understand that for sure.
But
Hustles did have an interesting question too, if you don't mind me interrupting. What do you guys think of silicone body action figures?
Definitely have to maintain climbing with those. I feel like a lot of times those do have a tendency to break down if you keep it in one pose for too long. Like what was it? Hot Toys did an Ahsoka from the Clone Wars, and it had kind of like a silicone overlay, and a lot of folks were already having like tears just from bending the elbow as intended. You know, so it really depends. 89
Mezco Batman had an issue. Yeah,
prime example for sure.
The thing with these silicone are great, but you got to keep them vanilla posed long term, otherwise they're going to break.
Absolutely.
You. And not only that, but you have to keep the powder on them. Reapply powder after you wipe it all off.
Yeah, God, I remember when people were getting their 89 Batman. They're like, "What is all this white powder?" And they're all mad about it. I'm like, "No, that's kind of a blessing they got that on there."
Yeah, exactly. Because
there was a lot of again, with that, it's high risk, high reward. Yeah, it's a cool aesthetic and it looks really good, but man, like you said, if you're not in a neutral pose with that, there's so much risk of breakdown with that.
Yeah,
I mean, even third-party companies fell for it too, though, because they had like, what was it, Starman released like a Chun-Li, and a cami that were like the feisty style, like that silicone body, 1/6 scale.
Right.
Awesome, amazing looking figures, but people had them posed up and like elbows bent like this, and like 3 months later, that elbow cracked. It was gone.
Yeah. Hasbro tried that a few years ago with that Bespin Luke and Darth Vader, and that was
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I
It was
forgot all about
silicone.
that.
It was silicone. It was a metal interior or metal skeleton.
Were they taller? They were like 9 inches or something. Yeah,
I think they were like 7 or 8 inches. Yeah, they were
I
just
remember
a bit taller.
that.
Yep. And,
I didn't know they were silicone. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that line failed pretty quickly. And
Yeah,
those are the only
yeah.
2 figures, and you don't hear about those anymore. Nobody talks about those.
I would say, yeah, that's the first time I remember hearing about it in a long time, Lou.
hmm
Here, guys, give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to the chat, hope you guys are enjoying the show. Make sure to hit that like button, and then also if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you thought about becoming a member, we are the king of giveaways. So
And
we are
got
doing a giveaway tonight. And it's funny, Steve or Articulate Empire or Articulate Times did mention this company on the stream tonight. We're going to be giving away an Awok, the hyena.
Oh,
His name is the Gladiator Mongrel. It's actually a fun figure. The mouth also has articulation. It opens and closes. Sorry for the. It's a fun figure though.
That's one of the that's definitely one of their cool ones for sure.
What I did with
Like
mine, the one I have at home, is I swapped the torso and the bottom half to a Valaverse figure. And it popped right in, and I have like a soldier hyena, which was pretty fun actually. It's a pretty cool little custom I did. I enjoyed it at least.
That's very cool.
So we'll be giving that away tonight on members only.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So members only. It will be up after the show. And
Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. We figured we'll take the time to self-promote.
For a moment.
Yeah, self-promotion. It's cringy as hell, but it is effective.
It's necessary for sure. No, like I thought for some reason like my refrigerator was open. I kept hearing a beep, and I'm like, "What is that coming from?" And so it's nothing. So
That's good.
well, it's my kid. He's here by himself. He's upstairs right now. He's 10. He's self-sufficient, but it's like every so often he doesn't really realize what he's doing sometimes. So I also have to keep tabs on him.
No, I get it. I have a 9-year-old myself and a 6-year-old, so I get it. Now, going back to so the store, right? So the goal is to get a brick and mortar. That's what your ultimate goal is. Okay,
For sure.
that's cool. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like, again, there are certain retailers, well, certain companies that will not mess with folks that are online only, and that's just again because that's essentially competition for them, and I get it. Again, I want to be able to branch out and carry more things, not only that I like, but other people like as well too. Like for me, like a lot of stuff I carry, like I said, is the stuff I collect essentially. So, but again, with having a brick and mortar, you got to have a variety to kind of scratch everybody's itch, working with NECA, Mezco, Hasbro for Transformers, stuff like that, to kind of give an overall Transformers.
He just forgot to say Marvel Legends. It's okay.
He knows what's up. You
I
don't
got some of those coming too.
I trying to throw Marvel Legends out there, Abby.
No one collects Transformers.
And then I would love to get Joy Toy in the shop. I mean,
Joy Toy would be I mean, just having variety, right? I think for a brick and mortar, variety is the biggest thing.
For sure.
It's fun. Like a lot of stores I go to, like they're like toy stores. They're having they have old stuff and new stuff, and it's a good mix. And then when you look at the old stuff, it's like, oh, this is the stuff I missed out as when I was younger or a couple of years ago.
Absolutely.
Which is always nice to have. So, but if you're looking for inventory, let me know.
For sure. I mean,
That's why he really asked you to come on tonight. He's trying to sell
Listen,
shit.
I've got this whole room I need to empty out. What can we make happen? Right?
If you need Black Series, if you need Marvel
looking down
Legends,
the
you let me know.
Man, I tell you, no, it's like I buy collections too. Like, I mean, I've traveled all the way down to Georgia before for a collection. I've bought collections from a guy up north, kind of really all over, So again, it's stuff that, with a lot of these independent companies, they only make so much, right? So obviously there's folks that are either, getting out of the line, whatever the case may be, and they want to offload stuff. And I'm totally open for that. The big things that I'm always looking for are, if it could be new, unopened, that's always great. Because again, that's easier for me to put on the website. Obviously I'm not opposed to open packaging, but again, it's got to be stuff that's complete and good condition, stuff that's, my fan base or my customers are looking for, kind of thing.
No, of course.
Right. You've got to be able to sell it.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the case. Yeah. I totally understand that. But what I was referring to, most of my stuff is like unopened.
Well, I would definitely be interested for sure. Like, I mean, again, it's like it's stuff like, like Jaded Toys. I feel like they do fantastic stuff.
Jaded Toys is great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's like they're going to be working with the Invincible franchise, so I'm really excited to see what those figures are looking like. The Scooby-Doo ones they've come out with, I mean, they fit a certain aesthetic, and I'm like, that's really. They also do Mega Man as well too, so it's like it's scratching a lot of boxes for me, and it's stuff that I like or enjoy.
Even the cereal figures, right? They made the cereal mascots. Right. Yeah.
Tony the Tiger.
I have Tony the Tiger. Yeah, I have Tony the Tiger.
Got Chocula.
He's got Chocula.
They did Boo Berry. They've done Chester Cheeto. They've done oh God, who else? They've done a few of them. So yeah, and again, I like their stuff.
Yeah, no, Jada is doing a really good job. I mean, again, I really feel like 2024, 2025, they were like a breakout company, to be honest.
For sure. And I mean, I think price point wise, they're what, $20-$25 a figure for a standard figure.
In 2025, they went up to 25 though. Yeah.
No, they went up to 29.
Some of the Street Fighters are 35 or 40 now, but
again, the larger one's 35.
Yeah.
Yep.
But again, it's like that. Those are price points that the general consumer is a little bit more palatable. When you're trying to sell something that's $50 or $60 to somebody that's not even really sure if they want to collect, that's kind of a tougher sell. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of times where I'll have at a show, and it's like it's Mythic Legions, right? And for the most part, anywhere from $45 to $70, depending on which character it is. And like I've had people walk by and just say that looks expensive, and just keeps walking by. So it's like, okay, but it's one of those things where you want to kind of make sure you're accommodating to everybody with that, So again, having Jaded Toys I think would be fantastic. NECA, I know a lot of folks collect horror, so again, those are great ones.
That's very true. A lot of people do collect horror.
If I got Joy Toy, oh my God, though, that would be
honestly like the NECA, the going back and forth with NECA, right? Like that's been like my Mezco. I did a lot of Mezco horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much have most of it at this point, but like it's like so expensive. It's so
That's
what kills me about like action figure collectors that get imports like stuff from Metacom that's like almost $100 plus to get it here.
Yeah.
And even Mezco, but at least Mezco has soft goods to kind of justify it a little bit. But I mean, this is coming from somebody that collects third-party Transformers, where you're not getting anything under $100. Sometimes you're paying almost $250, depending on the size of the character. But that's a little bit different because they do a little bit more than just you can pose it in different poses. Because I can look at Marvel Legends and I can look at a Mafex figure that's the same character, and I'm like, I'll pay $25 to $30 on this than I would.
Yeah,
$115.
And agreed. Yeah, I mean, again, I think with Mafex you might be getting maybe a few more accessories compared to Marvel Legend, but yeah, it's one of those things where you kind of really got to check off like what's the why. Do you want it to look like exactly like the freaking comic book character? Okay, then Mafex is going to be a little more dialed in. Marvel Legends, again, it's a good entry toy line. I feel like for a lot of folks that are just getting into it, I think that's a good price point. And again, it's you're getting kind of a feel for what's going on. Yeah, Mafex has definitely jumped up there. I remember, God, there was a point when they were $60 and $70. Again, so how much they've jumped up in just the past 15 years.
The funny thing
And
is, you can still
Kaiju, I
find.
don't want to hear it. You talk shit about their prices too when you pull up on your stream the BBTS prices. Those are the ones I'm talking about. We don't have the luxury of you being in Japan that can get these for the prices we saw 3 or 4 years ago.
That is also true. I mean, you'll still be able to find. I feel like you can still find Mafex, depend older ones for like $60-$70.
Yeah,
easily. Yeah.
I mean, if it's something they've reissued, I feel like they pretty hold close to that original price point. But yeah, some of these newer ones, again, what we're not also considering, there's a lot of times, with doing intellectual properties, they have to pay a fee just to even use the license with everything. So once that goes up, again, the figure is going to go up. So
and Mafex is definitely reissuing. They're getting that from the Hasbro playbook. I think 4 more reissues went up this week.
Yeah,
it's almost insane how much reissues they're doing right now.
Yeah, they've Daredevil, Hush Batman, Hush Superman, Cyborg Superman. I mean, a laundry list of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's one of those things where trying to have just that wide variety of stuff. And again, like, let me ask you this: if I was going to add something to the shop, like a toy line that most people might not know about, what would be one that would like stands out to you? Like that would be a great addition if I saw it in a brick and mortar.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, it really depends on person, that question, just because of the fact that, like, if you have someone like, I would say Talib, right? He's more used to G.I. Joes. He's used to Transformers.
Yeah, but
Marvel Legends.
About more rarities.
Blocky. What about Blockies?
Blockies. Yeah. That's a good entry point. But I was going to say stuff like New Age or who's the other legends? The big legends, New Age or Magic Square, just because those are a lower price point. They're smaller figures. They're true to G1 designs. A lot of them, and that gap from what you're paying for a Hasbro Transformer and what some third-party Transformers is getting narrower and narrower every time Hasbro raises their prices. And you can feel quality in those third-party Legend stuff. As small as they are, they're anywhere between 4 to 5 inches, maybe a little bit smaller depending on the character size. But if any domestic place that could carry those and people could walk in and like see those, I think they would sell.
Okay. Yeah, Blockies, I've heard a lot of good things about Blockies, and again, those are all different scales and all different price points. But that's another great one for sure.
And they're fun. Coming from a collector perspective versus a non-collector perspective, that's really what you need to focus on, because the majority of people who walk into your store are going to be not hardcore collectors.
A lot of casual.
Yeah, they're going to be casual collectors. So that's what you have to frame your work. Don't do it for the hardcore collectors, because you can't appease them. Like,
and the Blockies appease a broad kind of audience as well. So, and all the characters. I mean, when we think Blockies, essentially we're first thinking of Transformers, but they're doing a lot of other things now. They've branched out.
Marvel and Star Wars.
Marvel, Star Wars, DC.
I'm not the only one who saw that.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So, like for example, like when I was touting Mythic Legions a lot, right? And I was pushing that line out. I introduced that to a lot of non-collectors. They saw it and they're like, "What is that?" And I introduced them to it. I told them about the lore, like what they are, what the figures are, and and they started looking through the library and they were like, "I want some of this stuff."
Yeah.
And like these are like the kids too. Like, I mean, these are my neighbor's kids, and like my neighbor reached out and she was like, "Hey, I want to buy some of the Mythic Legions figures from you for my kid." And I was like, "Yeah, let me know which ones and we'll go from there." And they gave me a list. So I was like, "All right, cool." But again, like having variety, right? Like Mythic Legions, you definitely gotta do. I feel like you need to do Mascos, Mythic Legions. You probably should do Cesare, honestly. But again, it's gonna be expensive, and that's gonna turn away the casual collector.
For sure.
Yeah, but you have to think casual collector. Don't think hardcore collector, because hardcore collectors will spend all the fucking money in the world because they know what they have in their hand. Casual collector is very different in that mindset, right? So you have to appease to the casual collector.
For sure, and yeah, and that's very much the mindset I was leaning towards with that. You know, obviously there's a big niche with the setup I have now. It's all independent stuff for those hardcore collectors with everything. But man, I will say this: one of the things that made my heart very happy. And one of the last toy shows I did, I was a kid. He was maybe 11 or 12, and he's like, "Hey, do you have Revoltech? Do you have like all these?" He's asking about all these import figures, and I'm just like, "Man, at your age." I was like barely able enough to, get like a standard figure. You're wanting to go import. I'm like, I dig it for sure.
That's awesome. I mean, he's educated. That's awesome.
Yeah, very much, very much.
Yeah.
You got to think they don't have as many options as we did as when we were younger.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, even like with my kids, right? I mean, my kids did know I have expensive figures and stuff, and they know not to touch them. They've been trained to walk into the man cave and not touch the toys, or at least ask me before you touch anything. So so they've been trained that way. But like my older son, who shows more interest in collecting, like he can't name all these different companies. Like he'll know a Mezco, he'll know Marvel Legends, he'll know like a Star Wars Black Series or stuff. Like the basic stuff he'll know. But like when you start showing him like Cesare Studios, he won't know that. He'll know Mythic Legions because I collected it for a long time, or for a little bit, but exclusively. He'll know all that stuff, but like the import stuff, like Medi toys and all that, like no clue. Go over their head.
It never fails. My son has great taste where he's like, "Hey, how much is this figure?" I'm like, "This is really expensive." He's like, "Can I play with this?" I'm like, "It's really expensive." And he's like, "I always want like an extra one. Like, hey, Dad, I want you to pick me up one of these." I'm like, "This thing has been sold out for years. This is like over $100. Still give me one." And I'm like, "Come on." It's funny. It's like he has a Valiant Knight upstairs that I bought him back when it first came out.
Valiant Knight, okay.
Yeah, and he's just like all over the place with this. I'm like, it kind of hurts my heart, but I'm happy he's happy playing with the figure as intended. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like as an adult collector, I'm like, it gives me some anxiety of like how much you're potentially affecting this toy.
Yeah.
But he's happy, so.
I mean, the thing is, like, but again, like, today's kids, though, do they play with toys? Like, I've given, my wife got so fed up with me, she's like, stop buying the kids toys. I was like, but they like them, but she's like, they don't play with them. And then I realized they really don't play with them. Like, my son has Power Rangers, he's got He-Man, Motu, he's got Jurassic Park, and the Jurassic Park collection is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm about to donate all of it. He's got Superman, Marvel, like DC, Marvel, all that stuff. It's up the wazoo, and
my kid knows his, but I notice him play with him from time to time.
Yeah. My kids do not play with their toys, and it frustrates the hell out of me. Like I was like, go stop watching TV. You're not allowed to watch TV. Go play with your toys.
Yeah, my son was kind of the same with. He didn't play a lot with them. He'd pose them, put them in, together kind of thing, and then they just kind of sit there and he'd move on.
He's a collector.
He kind of was, yeah.
So my older son, that's what pissed off my wife, because my older son was like, I'm like, Papa, I'm a collector. I don't play with them. They just sit on the shelf. And that pissed off my wife.
And it's all your fault. Right?
And she looked at me, she was like, that's your kid. That's your fucking fault right there. I was like, I know. I had no excuses. Go ahead.
My son had a kind of a collector upgrade. So I was telling you earlier, I got some new cabinets. He's like, Dad, if you're getting rid of this Detolf, can I have it? I'm like, so he's got to the point now where he's got like his own Detolf, where I thought
that's like awesome.
That was one of those things where it's like, man, if you're a collector, you have to have at least one of these or some kind of nice bookshelf and everything like that. So he got his first one this weekend, and he's got so many figures. He's got a whole bookshelf, and then he's packing some in. His pristine ones he wants to keep in the Detolf. I'm like, that's the right choice. But so when we're talking about kids playing with toys and everything, I think the big thing that's a big difference from our generation to like the generation now is, we had Saturday morning cartoons, so where it was blasted in our face all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the commercials, and like the kids playing with the toys in the commercials, where the kids these days, they maybe see something on a YouTube advertisement, maybe. I mean, it's not like as in your face as it was, back in the day with us.
Right, right.
But I'd say,
The thing is, kids watch different things though too. Like my older son is like into Minecraft, so he watches some dude named Preston.
Preston
Apparently-
Fantastic? Is it Preston
I-
Fantastic?
I don't know his last name, but it's some guy
Okay.
named Preston who's like apparently like very popular on the YouTubes.
I think my son used to
Minecraft.
watch it. Yep,
And-
yep.
And he has a
That's-
wife who plays
My kid
Minecraft
knows
too.
who it is too.
man, I'm almost not that guy too.
That's funny. The kid, Preston's married now. Okay, so when my son was younger, he used to watch Preston, and so that would make sense. Preston's probably like 30 years old now, which
Well, apparently his wife also has a YouTube
Oh,
channel
gosh.
on Minecraft, and like because my son even asked me, he's like, "Can you get me this Preston like hoodie and this and that?" I was like, "What the fuck? Who's Preston?"
Well, it's like I got my kid's in the living room right now with his tablet synced to his PlayStation playing Fortnite, and then I've got him hooked on Burnt Peanut, and he's watching Burnt Peanut. Probably shouldn't be watching Burnt Peanut because some of the shit he says, but it's funny.
But
No, I'd say I will say that is kind of the one thing now, like how much things from YouTube have definitely spread out. Like, so has anybody heard like Skibbity Toilet?
Mhm.
I've heard of it. My
Always.
kids say it's
Yep.
skibbity, and I'm just, what the hell does that mean? Apparently, it's a show.
There was a whole show. Like, I mean, it was
Yeah.
some of the stuff was probably not the best thing to show your little kids and everything, but it was still one of those things where it started from YouTube, got so popular, then now there's like toys and Target with it, or like there's like Rainbow Friends, like all these things that initially launched from from YouTube essentially are now figures in toy stores, which blows my mind. But again, it's kind of the same parallel for, I guess, the 80s cartoon for us. So
And Mr. Beast has his own toy line as well.
that is true. Yes.
He does. That's very true.
He's actually supposed to have something that's sculpted by Four Horsemen. I don't know if that's come out yet, or I know
No.
that was advertised at San Diego this past year. They were supposed to be doing something sculpting for him.
So there was a question about. Oh yeah, here it is, right here. Oh, sorry, this one right here. Ripe for Valhalla. Are any of you backing the Mythic Legions RPG?
I'm gonna give it a whirl.
They debuted that at STCC.
Yeah.
At their booth. It looked cool. I did
Yeah.
see it. I don't think I'm going to back it personally because I don't play role playing games. But
And that's the thing. If I had a crew around me, I've always been intrigued to do a tabletop game. Just never have enough people to sit down and want to play it. You know. So that's where I feel like I missed out a lot of the stuff with like Warhammer, with Dungeons and Dragons, or any of that stuff. Because again, it's like it's interesting, but you got to have the right mix of people around you. It looks cool.
Yeah.
The figures they're going to have coming out with it, I'm definitely on board for. I mean, even if I don't even play the tabletop game, the figures alone, that's what's selling me for sure.
Yeah,
but
those
if there
figures
was
look amazing.
I bet if there was rare variants that were worth more money of that book, you would get it, Avi. Because you don't play card games, but you've been buying a shitload of those.
Oh.
I do play cards. I mean, I do invest in cards. Yes, you're right. I do want to learn One Piece though.
Yeah. I mean, I would like, this is definitely one I would definitely give a whirl, because like they're going to have a whole rule book and everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what's going to be in that rule book. You know, you got a lot of myth and fantasy characters, and you have a lot of characters that have been around in a while. I'm very interested to see how that's going to be portrayed in the
Right.
book.
That'd be, yeah.
I think I missed this question, but someone had flagged it, so I appreciate whoever flagged it. VDog24 said, Steve, what kind of display cases do you have behind you? Did you add the light up features, or did it come that way?
So, just Charles, these are all details behind me. You can see it, and those were all from IKEA. And then I ended up purchasing the light kits for them, which at the time it was really cool, but it's strictly one color. It's like a warm light. The new ones that I got, I ended up finding these off of TikTok. Actually, there's like a display cabinet. It's about twice the size, so it's about
TikTok.
yeah, TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm
Baby.
telling you, man. I'm telling you, there's some really cool stuff. So there's a display cabinet, and it's already got the lights already built in, right?
Mhm.
And it's four different levels. The lights are built in. You got a choice from blue, light white, warm white, and then there's a bright white. and then it also has a motion detector on the side. So if you walk in the room, it automatically turns on. And I mean, it's a little bit pricier. That was, oh god, maybe $180 shipped.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, again, it's pretty stout, and I've got like it's big enough to get pretty much any figure. Like I have my Hot Toys in this one. I'm really happy with it. I ended up buying a second one that I just put together last night. So my wife is like, you should get rid of the Detolfs and get more of those. I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I feel like they're pretty premium with everything, and it's pretty stout. So
right.
Yeah.
I've seen similar. There's one called Brotar on the on Amazon, which sounds similar to what you've got.
Let me see if I can pull it up on TikTok.
Okay.
But yeah, it's one of those things where it's crazy. I would have never thought like shopping on TikTok at all. This is probably, man, it's at least 3 foot wide. It's at least 3 foot wide, and it's probably about maybe just a hair taller than a Detolf.
Okay.
But let me see the company I had for that. Oh shit.
We had Reading Rainbow. You damn right, Hustles.
It's Mifune? Yeah. So I bought 2 of them from them, and they ship pretty quick with everything. So
very nice.
Shameless plug, I guess. I don't make a dime off of it, but I really enjoy what I got from it. So
I mean, there's no harm in that.
Yeah,
for sure. And so the brick and mortar, where are you located out of?
I am in Belleville, Illinois. So where I'm at, I'm on the west end of town. I don't think I would get a brick and mortar store around where I'm at. Maybe going to some surrounding neighborhoods. I feel like there's a lot of comic shops around the area that would maybe carry some of the same stuff. So I want to kind of distance myself from that, but still be in a nicer part of town with everything to where, again, you know, the casual fan or the hardcore collector can definitely find themselves at that place, you know. Again, we're still in the very early stages. Like I mentioned, we just kind of started with distributors literally this week with everything. Normally, I've been dealing directly with the companies themselves. So this is kind of a learning curve with that, but we're getting more of a variety. And so that's kind of what we're looking towards.
Yeah, 100%. No, I get that. Are you using EE? Is that the distributor? No.
Never using Entertainment Earth. I was
gonna say.
I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard a lot.
When I had my online store, that's who we used, and they were such a pain in the ass.
Dude, I've heard so many horrible things from other retailers. I'm like, noted. And again, it's like, even like, it's a problem when it's a distributor and they're also selling to the collector as well too. You know. So it's like, okay, are you really helping out your retailer, or are you just helping out yourself? And it's, you know, it rubs me the wrong way. Or like even one time, even before I was a retailer at all, just you know, comic collector. Hey, this is, you know, I ordered this. Everybody else has this, and then this is 2-3 months down the road, still nothing. Where is this at? I need to, you know. And I got fed up, and I want to cancel. I'm like, why are you canceling? I'm like, it's out. It's everywhere. How do you not have it, you know?
Like Target's got it on clearance already. How am I going to sell?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I had them cancel a pre-order that I had with them forever.
Yeah.
And I ended up, they canceled it on me. After I asked them, I said the same thing. I said, well, you know, so-and-so's got it. It just, you know, they shipped out their pre-orders already. What's going on? Well, everyone, and, you know, so they gave me this whole, but the attitude in their response blew my mind. It was like, well, we're not telling you have to shop with us. I'm like, no, look, I'm trusting you. I'm asking you when it's happening. You know, BBTS just, as an example, I don't know if that was the case, but you know, BBTS just shipped theirs out.
Right.
I'm just trying to get an idea. Well, you can order from them if you want. Well, no, they're sold out. Yeah. I'm waiting on my pre-order with you.
Right. That I placed with you because exactly. And again, it's
we'll get it out when we get it out. And then you know what they did a month later? They canceled my order because, we're not going to ever get this. And I missed out on that whole damn wave.
Oh, see, like that, like there's too many stories like that I've heard. And I'm just like, no. So I found another distributor that has some good rapport. So I'm definitely branching out with that. They carry a lot more of the lines that I'm interested in. So again, that's also another good thing. There's a lot of these distributors which are all fine and well, but they only have like a small window of stuff that they carry, you know. So
Yeah.
I want to have some variety in there with what we're going to offer. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, no, that's good.
Again, we're in the very early stages of that. I don't know. You know, again, we'll see how this year goes. Like we were very fortunate. Like this past year was a big glow up year for us. We were very happy with how things turned out, and we were very grateful. I can't stress that enough. How grateful we are for all the support from people at the shows, people online, people participating in our sales, people shouting us out. Like that. That's still one of the things that just blows my mind, and we're so incredibly thankful for. Yeah, thank you. Nice shirt.
Nice shirt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, so I almost wanted to connect you with a buddy of mine, James. He just opened up his own brick and mortar in North Carolina recently. Like it's been probably about 6 months, but he used to do the shows, and then he was like, "I'm finally doing the brick and mortar." He had like a whole event for the opening weekend.
Yeah.
I almost wanted want to connect you with him just so you could talk to him and get the experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's like it's a 50-50 mix, right? You know, I talk to folks that are already established, and they're like, "Hey, man, you know, give it a shot." Then other people are like, you know, in this day and age, it's just so hard because.
Well, here's the thing:
you know,
rent is expensive, so like
Exactly.
that's the biggest thing. I mean,
Exactly.
that's your biggest cost: rent and utilities, right? So
Yeah.
That's where the killer. That's where the real challenge happens.
yeah,
Because I remember right before, about a year, 2 years before the shutdown, the COVID thing,
Right.
there was this guy who opened this new, basically toy and comic shop, and he had, some modern stuff, a lot of vintage stuff, and he had this just. I remember going to visit him, and he had all these plans of what he was going to do with this building, and this building was in one of the weirdest spots in downtown. And it was just an odd spot. And he's like, "Well, I did it because the price was cheap." He was gone in a year.
Oh yeah.
And never got to do. Yeah, it is because he was a really nice guy, and it was he was looking at doing his. I sat and talked with him. He was going to do it, family owned and operated, and the whole family was involved, but it just his location was horrible, honestly.
Yeah,
there was no visibility. Yeah,
no visibility. You want to be in the right spot. Like again, I live in an okay town and everything. It's a decent city of like 40,000 people, but again, it's like very much the same thing. You see, shops open, shops close real fast. You want longevity, and you want to make sure that where you're setting it is the best spot to have the most amount of eyes on it.
Well, are you doing your sales full time now?
Yeah.
So you that's it, right? Like that's the only income.
Yeah,
So
that's my only income.
That's phenomenal that you're able to do that alone.
Yeah.
It's I'll be honest, it's awesome, but it's scary as hell.
I mean, but the brick and mortar is the same thing, though. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's even more riskier because now you have to put rent down, right? That's
yeah.
A lot
that's
more
the
overhead
biggest thing.
for sure.
Yeah, hell of a lot more. You're literally tripling your overhead at this point.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's a 50-50 crapshoot. Again, I enjoy the shows, but like I said, longevity of that. My wife has been super helpful with coming to all these.
She
shows
was very nice too.
Oh my God, yeah, she's so she puts up with a lot with me, and I appreciate it so much. But it's like going out of town. Like there's times where when we're driving to a show, she's working in the car. Doing her job. As I'm driving to the convention and everything like that. So she's a saint. Obviously we don't ever know, like, because again, she has X amount of days she can work from home. So there's a mix.
Yeah.
But
Right,
again, I definitely need somebody there with me when I'm doing those out of state shows with everything. But again, it's like, we're getting older. We have kids. We don't want to be away from them for too long, again, but also we want to make sure we're getting more eyes on us as well too, as so there's the give and take with that for sure.
100%.
Of course. Yeah. Absolutely.
Again, if you want me to connect you, let me know, and I can connect you, and that way you can at least have a somewhat fresh perspective from someone who just recently opened a brick and mortar.
All for it. And then how long is you said he's been open about 6 months?
Brick and mortar, 6-7 months, yeah.
Oh, good deal. Very cool.
Yeah, like he literally, because I remember going to his opening weekend, and again he had variety, right? That's what he had at the shop,
Yeah.
and he wanted to turn it into a place where people could hang out,
Mhm.
relax, and look at stuff and chit chat and all that stuff. But like again, like I think location was a big part of it, right? And he found a place that was a little out of town,
Yeah.
and getting there was kind of a hassle.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I haven't been there often,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
just because it's further out, right? Like it's not closer to home, so it's just like
Location is definitely the big thing. Like there's a guy that's up in Chicago area, Quake Toys, been there forever and ever. I'm like, hey, do you ever do like the Chicago Toy Show, which is a massive toy show up in Chicago? There's like usually like 5 or 7 buildings, just wall to wall toys. He's like, why should I do that when every day is a toy show here? And he's got his entire place packed. I mean, from floor to ceiling, from stuff
Right.
from as early as the early '90s all the way up to current stuff. So it's there's give and take with that for sure, but it's again, I want to make sure it's a good fit.
yeah,
I want to make sure that this whole thing is still on the right track. We, like I said, last year was a fantastic year. We want to definitely try to recreate that and then some going forward, but we don't want to push it too early. We want to make sure things are consistent as best it can be.
Mm-hmm.
100%. No, I get what you're saying there.
What is that big convention or toy show that's in Illinois? Is that the Canton County?
That's it, the Chicago Toy Show. Yep. That is one. If you've never been, it's a fantastic one. Like I've seen stuff from all the way from the early 1900s, like 10 like metal toy cars, all the way up to like the most recent stuff with everything. It's wild. Like it's seeing some stuff that I haven't seen in decades there, and I mean, it's like some of those vintage guys will they'll clean up like on some of that stuff. It's insane on how much they make on like the vintage stuff, but rightfully so. It's older, but again,
Right.
It's so cool. It's one of my favorite shows. Like that one and Toyland are probably our 2 best shows.
I was gonna say, like, another show that's in Illinois that I recently became aware of is called the Sports National, or the National Sports.
Is that up near
Show, or-
Chicago?
I think so, but it's like a card show.
Yes.
It's more cards related, but I'm actually going to be going there this year because it's a work thing. It'll be a work thing. Yeah.
Again, man, like there's tons and tons. Oh,
He's playing the crickets. I know, but again, like my boss found out that I'm into cards, and he was like, "Hey, we're going to the national.
And
You
even
want to
made
come?"
fun of him.
Yeah.
Wait, go ahead.
He was like, "You want to come?" I was like, "Yeah," but well, my boss has a side hustle in sports cards, right? Like he makes thousands of dollars in sports cards and all that
for
stuff.
sure.
So he was like, I know you got into cards. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, that'll be awesome. He's like, yeah, that'll be business development for you. So we'll work
Oh
out
my
that, right?
God, that's such bullshit, man.
What?
Perks, baby.
I was not ready to say what we're going to turn this into a business trip, aren't we?
It's a business trip.
Oh.
It is now officially a business trip because I get to go and learn to sell stuff and then also talk cards and toys. Because there'll be toy vendors there. Because last year they were sending me pictures of all the toy vendors. Like, hey, you want any of this stuff? Like,
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, man. Like there was a lady me and my wife were talking to at Toylanta. Like her husband, like branched off and he had like a sporting card store, and just like how much of a return on that, or how much of a growth that they've had in just like the first year or two of being open. It's just like it's wild. But
listen, I'm in month 3 of cards and I find it fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like it's insane the amount of people, the amount of profit you can make on cards.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, even like think of even we were talking before the show, the Marvel Universe comic cards from back in the 90s. Some of these people are getting those graded, and those are going for hundreds of dollars. And just like would have never thought, but here we are. So,
do you remember during COVID how those cards just shot up in value? People were selling unopened boxes of them on eBay for like thousands of dollars.
Oh my
That's
God.
literally what's happening in the card game right now, though. Like you sit like One Piece. All the Pokemon scalpers went to One Piece right now. So all the boxes, all the cards. Like I pulled a card of a character from One Piece yesterday from a $12 little like starter deck.
Mhm.
It was $55. Like the card was $55, and it's going up. Like, that's because people want it. That's they want that card, and it was a special rare card. Not every box has it, so people want it, and it just keeps going up. I bought a card for like in December. I went to a card show in December, and I think I bought it for $48. It's $122 now.
Jeez.
Wow. Wow.
And this
You know
is
what's funny?
like we're talking
That's
about
cool.
December 27th, like 27th, 28th weekend, right? So it's gone up so much in just less than a month. And
Yeah.
it's like holy shit! Like it's a whole. Toys are great, but like the whole card thing is wild. I'm still learning it, and it's wild to me right now. It is insane.
Mm.
Well, I was at Walmart. Me and my kid were looking for cards for you, and all the One Piece slots were empty. And then I found two like packages sitting down, like mixed with some other ones. And I was like, they were still sealed. And I'm like, man, they feel real light. So the motherfuckers pulled the card pack out and like resealed it.
Are you serious?
Oh no way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it
That'll
wasn't, it
happen
wasn't
too.
thick or anything. It was just two pieces of cardboard for the packaging.
Oh
Just
my
still.
God.
Oh.
Well, that's you again. Like so, that's what that I had told my target to put the One Piece stuff behind the counter. So the scalpers are limited to picking up. That way, I have a chance because I can't compete with these fucking scalpers. I can't show up to Walmart at 7 o'clock in the morning. I can't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or
Well,
I can't
yeah.
go to Target at 7 a.m. So
Well,
Right.
I mean,
Well,
like, you see these videos are like they're putting out fresh stock, and then there would be one guy that would just come and just swipe it all into his cart.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Like,
is that
what-
ever-
I
When I
thought
stopped
toys.
over there-
Oh, go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
Okay. No, when I was over there last night, it was the same thing. Everything was just picked apart, and looking for stuff for you, and it was just scrapes and or just scraps. And this other guy comes over, and clearly he was somebody who knew about this stuff more than I did. But I was really impressed because he was just so polite. He's waiting over here. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what I'm doing. Come on over and take a look. Whatever you
Yeah.
need, you don't worry about me. You know,
Oh, man.
real nice guy though. You know,
So he's not a
was-
scalper because the scalper would have fucking just gone in there and grabbed everything he wanted.
Probably
Yeah.
not. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have been.
No,
he could have
I
been-
met all my local scalpers the other day because Ish sent me a message. It's like, hey, your Target has a One Piece drop. And it was like around like 8 o'clock, 8:15 or something. And I asked my wife, hey, can I go to Target? She was like, yeah, go ahead. I know you want the One Piece. So I was like, I went to Target. I met every single scalper who's in my area. And
Oh.
then I went to 3 other places afterwards, and I saw them all there. And I was like, "You're the motherfucker!" And then I found out one of them works at GameStop. I was like, "All right, well now I know."
They run in packs.
Now I know.
GameStop probably has never had stock.
Actually, the funny thing is that GameStop had stock because he walked in. And he was like, "I was like, what are you doing here?" He goes, "I work here." And I was like, "Shit, should I leave the line now?" And he's like, "No, I can't buy it." And I was like, "All right, good." So GameStop had a drop on the 16th or whatever date it was. It was a Friday, and they dropped One Piece, but they'll never see it again. And it
Really?
was the smallest drop they've ever done. There was like 20 packs, and like me, I was second in line. So the guy in front of me bought 10 packs, and I bought 10 packs. It was done.
Wow. I think GameStop is really trying to clamor onto anything they can. I feel like they've had a lot of closures. And a lot
GameStop's
of,
turning into a card shop now.
yeah.
They're becoming collector. They're becoming collectibles only.
Well,
So toys, it'll be like another thing geek.
they were kind of getting to that aspect before COVID, where they had a lot of collectibles. They had a lot of Marvel Legends, a lot of action figures for a long while. Where I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And then like COVID hit, and they just like, oh, we're just going back to gaming, or like maybe Funko Pops or something like that. And they really scaled back, and now they're starting to bring a lot of the action figure stuff back, which is cool to see. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I think they're just kind of grasping at straws on what they want to do.
Yeah. There's a lot of inconsistency with them
Yeah.
for sure, and you can see it in their pricing too on any given line of figures. Or
Oh,
all kind of all over the place with you know, you could have one wave of figures and 3 different prices for each figure
Yeah,
in that way.
yeah, it makes no sense. What do you guys know about the WWE cards? I see somebody talking about UFC. Didn't WWE have some trading cards?
Listen, they do, and I have some of those cards. I have a John Cena shirt relic card right here. He's
Can you show it
retired
to us?
now. You don't. Oh, you can't see it, can you?
Like a image of background.
Yeah.
Well, the shirt is right here. His blue shirt. I have a lot of WWE cards too. So recently, you probably can't see it, but earlier today, I put One Piece and the One Piece cards. Like it's a toy and a card of that, of the character together on the shelf, and I was like, I could probably do this with WWE too because I have so many WWE cards sitting around, and I haven't been able to sell them. No one wants them, so I was just like, all right.
Really? Okay. I thought at one point they were spiking up. I thought I heard, but
I mean, again, this is an online market, but I went to a local shop, and they were like, yeah, we don't.
It's probably just the chase cards and the
that's
insert.
probably it.
That
Yeah.
literally, yeah, because I have a few autograph cards and that, this and that, but
What's Superstar? One of them just autographs weird shit, like stop following me at the airport and shit like that. Was it Kevin Owens that did that? And
Oh, I can see that for sure.
Kevin Owens is a really nice guy though, so I don't think it's him who did it. It's probably like Cody Rhodes.
CM Punk.
Cody Rhodes, you think?
Yeah, Cody Rhodes gets mad at people for when he's having dinner or is around his kids.
Yeah.
John Cena will tell you to fuck off if he's eating dinner.
I've seen videos of that.
Yeah. He'll tell you to fuck off.
Mhm.
But the nicer ones are the less superstars.
Yeah, it's
Or
the lower card guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Owens, I met him in person, but it was at an autograph signing where I met him, at Ringside Fest, and he was super chill, dude. He was a really nice guy. We had a great conversation, for 10 minutes. We were talking, and there was a guy behind me waiting to meet with him. Who he kept chatting with me. It was he let me hold his Intercontinental title.
Dude,
it was cool.
It's so cool to see. So I used to follow Ring of Honor way back in the day. They used to come up to Chicago Ridge, and I used pretty much everybody that's in WWE right now was in Ring of Honor at one point. And it's just man, I saw when we were in literally a freaking youth center gymnasium. Now you're in these gigantic ass stadiums, at WrestleMania and stuff like that. It's just wild to see, but
Crazy.
Well, AJ Styles, his home is not far from me. He's about maybe 30 minutes from me.
It's because KO is Canadian.
Oh.
It's probably true.
Well, there's something to be said for the Canadians.
But he's
for
from
sure.
Quebec. That's not really Canada.
Hey?
But when AJ first won his WWE title, he went and got himself a nice new truck that he financed through one of my friends.
Oh, wow.
Who works in that finance company. He literally he sends me a text message. He goes, "You'll never guess what just came across my desk to approve for a car loan." I'm like, "Who? AJ Styles?"
Oh my God. Could you imagine, hey, AJ, listen, we got to talk about your finances here. This is, we're going to have to put some more money down on this truck. We don't feel confident with you leaving the lot with,
Well, here's the thing. Most of them are independent contractors, right? So they're consultants in general.
Right.
Yeah,
So
sure.
it makes sense. It does make sense. That's a very valid question when it comes to world finance.
Yeah. Well, AJ was financed, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, they do make six figures. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's AJ.
And
Yeah,
then they
so,
have,
he's fighting Gunther. I don't think they're going to have him retire at the Rumble. I don't think. I don't know.
No.
he's
No, I
ready
think
to get
he's
out,
got-
though. He's ready to
sure.
get out.
Well, this
He's
is his
ready.
last year. This is his
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
year. He's already stated they're gonna. From what I understand, they're doing a retirement tour for him.
Good. They need to, for sure.
I mean, the guy's a legend. I love
He
that.
needs to, you know,
And
I
he is.
really hope he goes back to TNA to do his
Wins the
last
title
match.
one more time. I think that would be
Just
good.
do his last match at TNA because it makes sense.
That would
Yeah.
be really cool.
He
and
made,
now that
he
they're
made that
partnered up-
company.
Oh,
He
yeah.
made that company completely. He was the face that
Yeah,
ran that company.
honestly, there were so many
Have
people
you
that came and went. He was the guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have you
And-
ever
and
seen
they-
Styles on Up, Up, Down, Down, and how mad he gets when he loses video games? It's so hilarious.
No.
It's so bad.
I've not seen that. That's hilarious. That's
Probably
awesome.
spikes the controller against somebody's head. Bam.
He spiked it, but not on somebody's head.
All right, it's 12:15, and we have to do a members only show after this. So, Steve, it was a lot of fun having you on, man. I really appreciate you for jumping on.
Thank you guys so much. Sorry we got off in tangents here and there, but man, I had a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. So
it's about having fun, and again, I wish you all the best on the store. Definitely keep us in the loop.
Thank you for
And
sure.
We'll push the hell out of it. It'll be fun.
Well, I'll say it right now. It's legit. I mean, yes, we have Steve right here with us, and this is freaking awesome. But all my experiences ordering, and this is just, it is what it is, have been phenomenal. The customer service and everything else. It's not blowing anything up or making up any BS. I'm not getting any kickback for any of it. It's just been that's been exactly it. But it's factual. I mean, if you go to the website and you see something that you like on there that you're interested in, I'm telling you from my own experience, real experience, trust it. It's you're in good hands for sure.
Thank you.
Definitely
appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. It's like for us, we take great pride in try to make sure we ship things quickly, securely. Again, you put your money down on something that you're really looking forward to. The last thing you want to have happen is, open the package, it's all torn up or damaged or anything like that. That's the worst experience possible. I actually had something I just received in the mail today. It looked like Macho Man elbow dropped it. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, I understand things happen, but man, it's like, take good pride in how you're packing things, how you're shipping things, and again, that's going to pay dividends in the long run,
Yeah, I agree with that. Sudahuba, thank you very much for a $5 Canadian super chat. I appreciate you very much.
I dig it.
Yes. Talib, would you like to play a video for Sudahuba?
Thanks for the super chat. That's a hint of maple syrup to it. So
another super chat. Thank you guys so much.
Sudahuba, thank you very much for the super chat.
We appreciate you, my friend.
Shout outs. Steve, you have anything to say? Shout out wise?
Man, shout out to you guys. Abby, Lou, Talib, thank you guys so much for having me on there. I mentioned earlier in the show, anybody that's supported Articulated Empire, Articulated Times, we're incredibly grateful. Again, this is coming up. April will be our 2-year anniversary already. So how far it's already come in such a short amount of time. And it's meant strictly from all you guys helping out. It's definitely a community effort with everything. So thank you for spreading the word. That's the biggest thing. And then definitely thanks for helping out. Thanks for coming to the shows. I got a whole laundry list of shows.
You're good people, which is why we support you, right? That's how it works.
Thank you, man. And again, it's like I've been in business. I've been in customer service for a long period of time. I want to do right by people. And again, this is something this is my dream job, essentially. Again, like 8-year-old me wanted to do this all these years ago. So now I'm living that dream. And, again, you guys are definitely helping that process. 8-year-old me is definitely smiling pretty big. Big shout out to everybody in the Geeked Out Click. Thank you guys so much for the support as well. For the toy photography, likes, the shares. Also have a few dates, if you don't mind. I can just run over real quick. There's some upcoming shows. If you read here, we've got next one coming up is in March 8th in Bridgeton. That's our Toy Man. Big one is going to be in Toylanta, March 27th through the 29th. We're definitely looking forward to that one. Duluth has always been a fantastic show for us. QuadCon, we mentioned earlier, we got the Chicago Toy Show at the tail end of April. I've got the Western Ohio Toy Show in Dayton, Ohio. Not Dayton, Ohio. I'm sorry, Eaton, Ohio. Eaton, Ohio.
Oh, Eaton.
Yeah. And then we've got Geek Me Indie, tail end of May. And then also we have IshCon. That's what we have lined up so far. And then the big one over the summer is going to be CarverCon. So if you're a big fan of Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legions, Legions community in general, that is going to be a huge, huge show that Brian Carver is putting on. I want to say that is near Columbus, Ohio. So definitely be on the lookout for that one. We'll be making dioramas. We'll have photo prints. We'll have all our goodies from Articulated Empire. So we're bringing a whole slew of stuff for that show. and then more dates to follow.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Definitely might have to head to that Eaton show. I didn't know about it. That's like 20 minutes away from me.
Oh, for sure.
Do
Yeah, no,
it. Do it.
you know what? It's one of those
Do it.
ones that keeps growing. It's a mix. Like sometimes the toy department will set up there. Other times it'll be some of the other local vendors. I know there's what's his name? Eric Miller. He works for Four Horsemen Studios. He's done some of the painting work on the cosmic stuff. The last show, he's like 30 minutes from that show. He came and hung out all day. It was fantastic. So again, it's definitely one it's growing. You know, he does that one, and he'll also do one in Columbus, Ohio. But the Eaton one, we try. He does it twice a year, so we try to get to both of those. Fantastic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for the ride. Thank you so much for the support, man. We're just living it. So the big thing is just keep enjoying it. You know.
Yep. I agree.
Absolutely. Hmm.
Totally agree. Lou,
100%.
how about you?
Hi. What's going on? You'll find me here. You know the routine. It's like we went really long, so I'm spacey. But yeah, you'll always find me here on the Figure Fight Club Tuesday nights
You're
on
the
the open
usual
mic.
suspect.
I am the usual suspect. This is true.
Very true.
Friday nights on our VIP shows and our members streams after the fact. We are the king of giveaways. You'll also find me Saturday nights on Talib's channel with the Men on Film. Talib will give us the breakdown on that. And you can find me on Instagram, LucidaBase3. Love to have a follow. I do a little toy photography. I'm still learning and asking
doing
people
great, brother.
questions. Thank you,
Doing
brother.
good.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
exactly.
Man. Still having fun with it. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. That's the number one thing. It's just have fun with it. It doesn't matter if you're honestly, it's all just art and it's all right coming from right here. You're good to go. You know.
Yep.
Last thing is again, a week from Tuesday, February 3rd. It's gonna be my birthday. So come hang out.
Lou's
Right
turning
here.
40. Let's
I am
celebrate.
turning 40 exactly. Yeah, I'm turning 40.
What is it? 2016 again, or
11 years ago. But hang out with us. Open mic night. Come hang out and party. We're gonna do some. We get a couple giveaways that night. I will be announcing what my giveaway is. I'll announce that coming up this coming Tuesday, open mic
Wait.
night.
You gotta do a giveaway on your birthday. What's going on with that?
Absolutely.
Okay,
It's fun. Why
Nice,
not?
dude.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's like Indian style, right? Like when it's your birthday, you have to treat everyone.
Enjoying it.
he's autographing his Patriot hoodie and giving it away to the lucky.
Oh, look at that!
Good Warren.
I'm not giving this away.
He might be wearing it on February 3rd.
Might be giving it away this week.
Yeah.
All right, Talib.
Again.
You can find me almost everywhere on the intraweb if it's a social media site. I'm on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, all at Talib1980_collects. Also YouTube, where I do reviews twice a week, Tuesdays, Transformer Tuesdays, and Fridays, Action Figure Fridays. Also, shorts galore of all the news that pops up on my feed throughout the week. And then there is a live pre-record Tuesday at 1 a.m. of the news and review of the week. So check that out. Also, every Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern, I'm joined by these two gentlemen and a few other Stew for Lunch, Creative Primitive, and Smudge Customs for Men on Films. This week, we'll be talking about female villains. Avi finally gets his pick in of female villains. So
That was my topic. My topic, finally.
And I don't know. I have to
That's
reach out
important.
and see if I can get a special guest. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then other than that, I'm on the Figure Fight Club channel every Monday at 10:15 p.m. We do Decepticast. It's the all-inclusive, exclusive Transformers show where we talk news, topics, reading the Energon universe. If you haven't been with us, we're only on issue 3 of Void Rivals. So this week we'll be reading issue 3 and 4 of Void Rivals. And yeah, we're only four parts in on this, so we got a long ways to go. And those are on sale on Amazon. You can get those for like $1.70 a piece, individual issues, if you are thinking about reading Energy on the Universe. Highly let you guys or whatever. I highly recommend getting Energy on the Universe. But and then
the Transformers one is really good.
And our VIP show on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. And that's all I got, Ollie.
I was waiting for you to be done. All right. So, again, members only after this. Give us 15-20 minutes. We're going to be giving this away, AWOC. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Watching the replay squad, thank you as well. Next week, our VIP is going to be...
Yeah. Listen, never painless. Won't never crisis. You about it live.
Toy Chase will be joining us next Friday, so make sure to tune in for that. He's a fun dude. Met him at many shows over the years. So excited to talk to him about his plastic journey, so to speak.
Well, very cool.
Yeah, he's a nice dude. Been to a lot of shows with him there. Again, thank you to the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you to the members. You guys are even better. Thank you to the replay squad. And make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And we'll see you on members only. Give us 15-20 minutes. Peace out. Steve, thank you again.
Thank you guys, man. It was an absolute pleasure.
Good night.
100%. Good night.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just to see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.